You did.
Hey, welcome once again, everyone, to Dicey Decisions. I'll be your host tonight and your game master, aka Dungeon Master tonight. My name is Jack, and I star as Dicey Decisions Bard, Sliver, in our regular game. If you're joining us here on Dicey Decisions for the first time, please connect with us on our social media. We have pretty much all the medias. All of our information can be found on our link tree at linktree/Dicey Decisions RPG. Hopefully we'll flash that up at some point to show you where all the little dots are. But you can find all of our links there. So our weekly campaign, Finding Purchase, is a high-stakes heist campaign set in the world of Tal'Dorei Reborn from Critical Role. And it streams live here on our Twitch channel, Fridays at 8 Eastern. And if you're an author and you'd like to participate in a future Author Adventures One-shot, we have a survey up on our link tree, and simply fill that out and click submit, and we'll be in touch. Please tune in for our games or watch them later on Twitch or YouTube. And as of this filming, we have 18 episodes completed and a couple of other one-shots. We have a horror one-shot. We've got some dorky decisions where we talk about nerdy stuff. But we have something really special for you tonight. We're joined by 4 fantasy authors who will each be playing the lead character from their own short stories and novels. A huge thank you to all our regular viewers for joining us as usual, and thank you to our new viewers joining this evening to see our collected authors step into their characters' boots tonight. All right, let's start with Brandy Schonberg.
Hello. I'm Brandy Schonberg. I wrote the fantasy novel The Gate, and I will be playing Amarin, a traveler from the Kingdom of Karth. I don't know if I'm going to say a lot more about her because she's kind of fun just to discover all on her own. So she is. Do you want me to say the class and everything? Or do you want to?
It's entirely your call.
She's playing as an ASMR barbarian, which she really isn't, but it works for her because in the book, Amarin is immortal, which didn't quite work for us in a D&D game, so we made some adjustments to make that work for her. She's kind of broody and not particularly a happy person, and she really likes to hit things with her very big sword. She has many blades, but that one is her favorite. So,
a really big sword. Got it. All right, our next author is Casey Jones.
Hi, friends. I'm playing Ari Clark from my upcoming release, Blackheart. It's set to be released in June of 2024, and the pre-link order is going to happen within the next couple of weeks, which I'm very excited about. She is a finisher assassin for a gang in Wonderland that's run by the Cheshire Cat. And she prefers her throwing knives compared to more projectile type weapons, and she's just a lot of fun and is known within the world of Wonderland as the Angel of Death. So it'll be cool.
Okay. All right, our next author is Christina Ernest.
Hi, I am Christina. I am playing my character Verena Selene, who goes by Rena, from my upcoming book titled A Fury of Blades. I don't have a release date yet, but I'm very hopeful that will be coming relatively soon, but I'm also working on another book at the moment, so we'll see which one gets out first. But Verena is a battle master fighter who also prefers her throwing knives before getting into hand-to-hand combat, so lots of approach work with her. She is doesn't like confrontation, but when she gets to that point, she lays down the law, so I'm very excited to be playing her tonight with you all.
Great. And the illustrious H. James Lopez.
Hi all, welcome. How you guys doing? I'm James Lopez. I go by James. Tonight I'll be playing Kalura Fens from a short story I wrote called The Blade of Justice, which will be part of, hopefully, a collection of short stories all about Kalura and the fun little world that he lives in. And he is an orc barbarian. He is most of the time a blacksmith that gets into a lot of side work as, you know, a sheriff slash mercenary for hire. It's a fun little jaunt, and hopefully everybody enjoys the weird persona that Kaluro brings to the table.
I'm sure we will. Okay. Without further preamble, let's make a few dicey decisions. So, the wind is howling. You find yourself prone on a broken slab of dusty, cracked ground within a small building. Most of the roof and upper walls are gone. Missing chunks. You can see through broken gaps in the wall. Rock, rubble, some taller buildings you can see. From what little you can see, you're in a house. What would you like to do?
Are we able to sit up? Can I sit up?
You may sit up.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit up and look around and just see who's there with me, and like I'm obviously not sure where I'm at or why I'm there.
Okay. Perfect. Let me describe a little bit more, and then I'm going to ask everyone for a roll. The sky that you can see above is red with an angry light, and the wind gusts chilly and dry, causing riffles of dust to rise above the walls that you see. Heavy, dark clouds cover most of the sky, and the occasional hint of smoke hits your senses.
All right.
As you're
Can
looking...
Ooh,
Go ahead.
I was going to do the same. Do a little sitting up, look
Yeah.
around, see what's going on.
You sit up and you hear other figures groaning and shifting around you. Can I have everyone make an intelligence saving throw?
So that's a D20. Let's see.
Hmm? And it's
Not going to lie to you, it's a natural 20.
Are
perfect.
you kidding me? Really?
I cannot. I would show you the best.
2.
Okay.
Oh,
Never,
I rolled a
never said
9.
she was smart.
A 9. All right.
An 11.
Okay. The DC for this to pass was a 10. So if you did not pass, you take 1 point of psychic damage as things seem really crazy. You look around and you see 3 other people. They look almost drawn in. As if, even though they're physical, there's a pale outline around all of their parts. Or maybe a faint misty glow around each part of them. They look more 2-dimensional than 3-dimensional. But you yourself look completely normal.
I'm gonna sit up and just yell, "Reg Elf!"
The wind
Look
howls in
around.
response.
They're doing it again. They're pulling people through again. I thought this stopped.
Do I hear the yelling?
Yeah, she's right next to you.
Ah. Well, looking around, I took no psychic damage, so I'm going to guess that looking up the sky, I can see the sky, which throws me completely. I'm going to believe that this is different because usually my little town is in a canopy. So the fact that there's sky changes everything. I don't know. How do we approach this? I'm going to yell out, "Who's there?"
I'm going to probably be startled by the sound and just kind of look around. I'm going to point at who am I nearest to?
You're all just lying there on the floor. A couple of you are sitting up at this point.
Like within 5 feet of each other, or like?
Yeah, really close.
I'll sit up too, and I'll just be like, "Who are you? Where am I? How did I get here?"
Who are you?
My name's Renna. Who are you?
You don't know who I am.
No, I don't.
I'm going to kill Rick Elf.
I'm going to stand this a little bit of a scramble, maybe look for a wall of some sort. In honesty, like as I'll say, the getting to know you part might come a little later. Right now, the sky's red.
I'm going to
I'm gonna sit up.
point at this. Yeah, go. Yeah, sorry.
Well, no, I'm gonna look at Aaron and be like, "Hey, what do you mean this is happening again?" Because you said that you can't believe this has happened again. What do you mean?
I have to explain it. I don't think you understand. But you can talk. All of you can talk. So this isn't what I think it is. You've not been pulled through a portal before.
A portal.
Yeah.
Portals only exist in stories. What are you talking about? A portal?
A gate.
The only portals where I'm from take us to the land of the elves. That's it.
And a gate would be in front of my house, not something to take me somewhere different.
Forget it. I'm just going to sit and just be like, okay, whatever. I'm going to look pretty disgruntled and just kind of sit there trying to puzzle this out, mumbling to myself.
All right, I'm going to do a quick gear check, see if I've got my stuff with me. Usually, carry a couple of blades, make sure that I've got enough. If I came through and I was working, do I have armor or blacksmithing clothes?
You have
Which would.
You have whatever you think you should have. So you tell me
All right,
what.
so that would be smithing gear. So I'm wearing just your standard leathers, nothing heavy. Didn't really bring along the armor. I'm gonna guess that I'm still carrying at least one short blade, one short axe, and a bunch of hammers. So if we're wandering with hammers around, I'm gonna look for the nearest wall and see what we're working with.
I'm going to see him
wall.
checking his gear and start doing the same. I'm looking for all of my blades.
Same.
Yep.
I'm checking, make sure all 8 of my daggers, all 8 of my throwing knives are on my bandolier. I'm making sure that I have what I need. And then I'm going to get up and I'm going to go look out, like, probably not a window since most of the walls are destroyed, but I want to, like, look out beyond the building that we're in.
Yeah, there are cracks wide enough to put an eye to see outside. Since everyone's looking around, go ahead and either make a perception or investigation check, whichever you prefer.
An 11
Okay.
perception.
I also have an 11.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Nice.
So 24.
Good.
All right. 3 11s and a 24. You all see that you're in a room with no door, and outside of it is another room with a large archway that leads out into the street. You all hear the wind whistling overhead. You all feel the ground suddenly shake and tremble a little bit. A rock tumbles off the wall. You hear in the distance something crash to the ground. Sand is filtering into the room and blowing into your eyes and ears. But Amarin, with the 24, notices a circle drawn into the dust on the floor of this room. The
What is
circle
that?
is made of innumerable tiny runic symbols.
What is that? Does anybody read that? Does anybody know what that means? Do I understand the symbols?
Roll an Arcana check.
Oh,
I'm just going to say no. You don't.
okay.
These symbols are things that you may have
Let's go
seen,
with
but you
no.
can't read.
Yeah, not with my -1 Arcana. I don't. You're right. What is that? Does anybody know what that is?
I've never seen anything.
Disregarding the conversation, I'm going to try and move toward the archway. You said there was a second room.
Mm-hmm.
Is there as much wind coming in?
Yeah, the wind is all pervasive.
Is the wind cold or hot?
Cold. It's
there a
dry, but cold.
Like to leave?
Yeah.
It's the direction I'm going to. I'll look to the group. It's like, I don't think this is going to last much longer. Pointing
the
at
house?
the falling bricks.
Yeah, we probably should get out of here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna palm one of my blades and walk out of the house. Look down the street, see if I can find anything or a safer structure, try to figure out where we're at.
Yeah, I'll follow.
Me too.
So as you leave this archway that takes you out of the building, you feel a definite change in air pressure, as if things just started to press down on you. The ground shudders again. The wind is whipping dust through the streets. The area looks like it's dusted with large, sparkling crystals. And I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw. If you fail this, it's because the wind is getting in your eyes, in your nose, in your ears, your mouth. So, tell me what you
23.
rolled. 23 is a pass.
14 plus 1.
That is a pass.
18.
That's a pass.
16 plus 2.
Everyone passes. So,
Yeah.
the wind's blowing in your face. You're getting grit in your clothes. But over the sound of the wind, you hear screams and shouts.
Can we tell what direction they're coming from?
All right.
Yeah, roll perception to see.
That would be an 11.
23.
21.
Okay.
11 for me.
12.
Okay. Casey, what'd you say?
13.
13. Okay. Yeah, you guys can tell it's coming from kind of your left, and you can look that way and you see shapes through the blowing dust. Can't exactly tell what's going on, but there's a wide open area, maybe like where the streets come together in a crossroads or something. Can't quite see. It's a big space, but it's too dusty.
You say we heard screams?
Yeah, screams and shouts.
I'm gonna pull a couple of my throwing knives from my bandolier and start running that direction.
I'm going to pull my sword off my back and do the same.
All right.
Okay. I'm going to draw one hand axe, but I will yell to the crowd, "You're running to the screaming."
I'm gonna look back and say, "You're not."
There's people that need us.
I'm not going to answer. I'm just going to keep going.
You know these people that need you.
It doesn't matter, and I keep running.
I'm gone. I'm not even turning around.
What does
Yeah,
Kaluro do?
I will casually follow at a distance, where
Mhm.
if there's trouble, it's going to get them first.
Okay.
Let's say a good 2-person distance.
Sure. I mean, they're just two-dimensional people running away from you. What does it matter, right?
You're running
like that.
at the bad things.
Is this like the AHA video where we're like in like cartoon land?
I don't know. That's a good comparison, though. So, as you run that way, all except for Kaluro, you
It's a
see...
jaunt. It's a jaunt.
Okay.
It's a casual run.
You see shapes moving, shapes moving through the dust and through the wind, and what it looks like is small creatures, small bulky creatures, seemingly made of earth, chasing a group of villagers who are racing through this intersection. And the creatures are coming from 3 directions. And the villagers are running street to street looking around, and then they're slowly backing towards you and running in your direction while these things come after them.
How close are we?
I say,
About 100 feet.
Okay, I'm gonna keep running so I can get closer.
Okay.
About
I'm
how many of
gonna-
these little guys? Sorry.
no, you're good.
Say again? I missed it.
You said there's several. About how many are there? You said they're coming from 3 different directions?
Yeah, you can see about maybe 10 of them. As you're watching, it's hard to make out, but more seem to be just materializing until one comes up right next. It just walks right out of the ground, crawls out of the ground, and you can see it really clearly. It's a creature made of rocks. It looks like it's made of crushed stone, some big pieces, some small pieces, and it's got these little glowing spots across what kind of represents its head, but it doesn't really. Every once in a while, an arm will reach out of it made of stone, but it's like this. It's a roiling mass of crushed stone and feathers.
Should I look around to see if I?
Slow.
It's moving fast enough. Oh, hold on.
All right. Can I look around to see if I can find a caster of some sort?
Find a caster? Oh, yeah, sure.
Or-
Roll perception check.
I've got. Whoop, that's falling off there. I got 15 and perception +1. It's one of the
Plus-
few things I have a plus on.
So a 20, right?
Yes.
Hey,
That's what it's what the sheet says.
Yeah, you shield your eyes. You're looking all around. You don't hear anybody casting spells. You don't see anyone waving their hands. But the villagers are charging at you because these creatures are sending them your way.
Do the villagers look afraid?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
They look like they're horrified. As this happens, the ground shakes again, and the earth underneath where you're standing in the street starts to crumble. I need a dexterity save from everyone.
Ooh,
17 plus 2, 19?
Okay, 19.
I'm gonna get 15. 15.
Okay, that's a pass.
I not one.
11 plus 4.
Okay. Casey Jones passes. I'm sorry. Ari passes. Rena,
I not one.
however, so the ground gives way, and these little creatures are underneath. You can see them ripping the ground. You fall in. The villagers pile in on top of you. Rena takes the villagers on her chest. She goes backwards, hits the ground about 10 feet below. You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as you just slam into the ground. The others of you guys stay on your feet as you drop, and you don't lose your weapons or anything. But these little creatures are piling in on top of you. I need for everyone to roll initiative.
Is that still
Okay.
20?
Yeah.
It's everything you're trying to do is a d20.
17.
I got
Okay.
12.
All right.
13.
Okay.
9.
9. Okay. So we have Rin, Rena, Kaluro, and Ari. Now let's see where the bad guys get to go. They are not going to be nearly as dexterous as you guys. And
Yeah.
so Rin, as they are crawling in through the ground and popping out in this pit they just dug, they're popping like through the earth. They're swimming through and coming at you. You get to act first.
Okay, so I've got my great sword in hand, and at my level I get an extra attack. I am going to go ahead and attack with my great sword. Just gonna take a swing. I'm within melee, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, nice. 17 plus 7, so 24.
24 absolutely hits.
Okay. So 2d6 plus 4. So 11 points of slashing.
Okay. This first little creature, it looks like it's made out of just gravel, just like an amorphous blob of gravel with arms and leg pseudopods charging. It's got 2 little glowing blue spots, and it just comes at you. And Rin takes her big sword and just bashes it across the front. Gravel shoots across the room, across the pit. The people are screaming. Some of the creatures are falling onto the villagers and starting to rip into them. But this creature took a lot of damage. Do you have another attack?
I do. I have a second attack. I'm just going to backswing. Same.
Yep.
I went for it. I'm just going to try to mow it.
Baseball batting him.
Yeah, so that's going to be plus 7, 15.
That 15 does not hit.
Flat gravel guy?
so
Okay.
your blade turns slightly and it just clangs. The flat part of the blade clangs off of this thing and rings throughout this pit you're in. The pit is big. It's like 30 by 30. They just dropped the street down. One of the creatures is going for the one you just hit is going for you. It gets a 15 to hit.
I believe that misses armor class. Misses.
Wow. Okay. So one big rocky arm swings past. Rena's turn.
Okay, so I'm on my back. Had the
On
wind
your back.
out of me.
Chaos everywhere.
People on top of me. Is it difficult terrain?
Yeah, and there's people on you, but the people are getting ripped off of you by these creatures. They're clearing the way for you to stand up.
So
But-
I'm gonna stand. So there is
Okay.
someone within 5 feet of me.
Absolutely.
Okay. So I'm going to. I also have an extra attack at this level, so I'm going to attack with one of my daggers.
Okay.
That's a 23 to hit.
That absolutely hits.
That's 7 damage.
Okay.
And then my other attack, I nat 1 again, so that dice is flying away.
Yeah. So you slash one across its little glowing eye spots, and gravel shoots off to the side, but it puts up, like, its other arm as a whole chunk, a slab of rock, and it bashes away your second attack, and it's going to go for you.
Okay.
And that is only an 11 to hit.
That misses, and then I'm gonna use I'm gonna use a superiority dice to riposte.
Okay.
So I get to attack him back as my
Yes,
reaction.
you do.
Nice.
That's a 16 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. That's another 7 damage.
Nice. Okay, so this one's getting smashed up. Kaluro.
All right. I guess the hangback didn't matter because there's 30 foot full of
Yeah.
sinkhole that brought me down to here.
Mhm.
How big are these civilians?
The civilians are normal person-sized.
Okay.
There's a couple of young kids. There's a couple of women, a couple men, a nice smattering of villagers, and they're being slaughtered.
I love a good smattering of villagers. I will move toward and toss one out of the pit. I try and clear some of the civilians out of the way.
Okay.
So I can get one of them at least clear. I've got an immense amount of strength here. So what do you need from me?
A strength. Just roll a strength. Athletics. How about that? On your skills.
Athletics.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You should have a big bonus in athletics.
14 plus 3.
All right.
My bonus on it.
Yeah. So that's a 17. You grab a teenage girl and you just throw her up about 10 feet up and over the lip into the windstorm. She screams as she's going out.
Hey, you get to live. You know, somebody's got to. Do
I think you have a second attack. That I'll allow you to do another thing.
All right, I get one throw, and I've got, since I did not bring all the gear, I'll go with a hand axe, which is usually on the belt. If I could use that bad boy and just hit somebody.
Hit away.
Not a civilian.
Right.
Hit a rock thingy.
Got it.
Hit the rock thing. Bad rocks.
Ooh, that's an 8.
8.
What's a modifier? No, that's not going to get it.
8 plus. You should have a modifier.
Use a strength.
It will say it next to your weapons. You get a bonus.
Plus 2 on a hand axe. So that's not going to get me anywhere. That's a 10.
That's
10 total.
10 total. So no, you don't hit it. Your axe bounces off of a chunk of rock. Anything else?
That's what I got right now.
Okay. So the creature that you're engaged with is going to take a swing at you. That is a 12 to hit Kaluro.
All right. I got armor class is 12. I don't know what that means.
That means it ties, so it hits you. It just swings a rocky arm and smashes you for 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Got it.
Okay. Ari.
How close am I to the nearest organism by me?
One of these rocky things, they're right next to you.
Cool. I want to use my dagger and see if I can hit it right in the glowing eye perfusion socket thing.
Okay. Now, if you want to throw a dagger, you would want to throw it at one that's farther away from you. If you want to just hold your
Okay.
dagger in your hand and stab it in the eye hole, that can work.
If she throws it, will she get
Close enough
sneak
to do
attack?
that?
You are, yeah, nothing's actually attacking you yet. You're not in combat, so you can throw something at, let's say, one of the ones that are attacking your party members, not your friends yet, but the people you're with. You could throw one and you would get a sneak attack bonus because they're engaged in that fight.
Okay. Perfect. I want to. Christina, I can't remember your character's name.
It's Rena.
Renna.
Okay. I want to see if I can protect Rena because I know that she's kind of in a bad spot, having had everything collapse on top of her.
Okay. So go ahead and roll your attack. Oh, there's the wolfhound.
Yeah. Here's the buddy. Silly question. Which dice? Still D20?
Always D20 to see if it works. And then from there,
Okay.
we'll roll damage.
10.
Okay, now look next to your weapons. You should have a plus something to hit.
7.
Plus 7. So that's a total of 17. You absolutely
Okay.
strike this thing right in a glowing eye hole.
Perfect.
Yeah. And so now we need to see how much damage you do to it.
Okay.
So next to your dagger, it should say how much damage it does. It's probably a D4 plus something or other.
Okay. It says D4 plus 4. So I feel very silly. Sorry. So do I roll then the D4 and then
You roll the
give you
D4,
answer?
yep, and then add it all up.
All right. I think I'm doing it right. So that's a 6.
Perfect. Now, you also get sneak attack. You should see sneak attack on your character sheet. And I can't remember, I think at level 5, which we are playing, you get 2 D6s. So you can roll the regular old cubicle die twice.
6 total.
So 6 plus 6, you did 12 damage just now.
Nice.
Okay.
So that one, you stab it right in the eye with a perfect throw, exactly where you're aiming. And Rena, you're ready to hit this thing again or stab it with your dagger, and a dagger just flickers over your shoulder, buries itself in this thing's face, and it just shatters onto the ground.
I look at you. I also don't remember your character's name.
Ari.
Ari.
And I say, thanks for that. And then I look at the next one ready.
All right.
All right. Can I get a look around the field, see how many? What's the number we're looking at here?
There's a bunch. You in the middle of this fight, you're not going to be able to say one, you're not going to count them off, but you're surrounded, you're in a pit full of them and villagers who are screaming. So in addition to the screaming, the ones attacking the villagers, now a few more of them are coming after you. One's going to go after Ari with 11. Does 11 hit you?
Armor class of 17, so no.
Armor class of what?
17.
17. Oh no, you easily dodge out of the way of that one. Another one's gonna go after Rena. Ooh, I just rolled a 20.
Oh.
So
Great.
it brings 2 fists down. As you turn around and say thanks for that, one just blindsides you. 2 fists smashing you across the face for 12 damage.
That hurt.
Yeah, and another one's going to go for Rin and it rolls an 8.
Mm.
And then finally, one more. It's going to go for Kaluro, and it also misses with a 6. Back to the top of the order. Oh, let me also explain. You see a couple of them just pounding villagers into the ground. At least 2 dead villagers already. Rin,
How many of them are there left?
a bunch.
Okay.
Baker's dozen.
If you would like to use your action to count these things,
No, I don't. How close am I to everybody else?
you are within 5 or 10 feet of just about anybody you want to get to.
Oh, okay, including my people.
Yeah. You're just
All right.
surrounded by a chaos-filled sandstorm of craziness.
Okay, now I'm just gonna go ahead and swing again with my greatsword.
Yep.
That is a 17 plus 7, so 24.
That absolutely hits.
And then 6 plus 4, so 10 points of damage on the first.
Ooh, okay.
And then I'm gonna backswing. Oh yeah, definitely. That's gonna be 25 to hit.
That hits.
And again, 10 points.
You spray this thing across the pit. Flecks of rock and stone flying in all directions. Little pieces of the crystals you saw earlier flinging out of them. All right, Rin, that's your turn. Anything else? Any movement?
No, well, since such close quarters, I don't think I should
Yeah.
move. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Rena.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How many of them are right next to me?
At least one is in
Okay.
combat with you.
How many of them are like within 20 or so feet attacking villagers from me? A lot?
Roll a d8 and you tell me.
Okay. 4.
Yeah, there's 4 of them.
Okay. I'm gonna do a lot. I'm going to use my action to throw 2 daggers, one at one of them attacking a villager, and another one at another.
Okay.
So 2 separate targets.
Mhm.
And on the second attack, I'm going to use a superiority die to where am I? To do fainting attack so that I can get advantage on the one next to me on my next attack and add my superiority die damage to the second one. I'm hoping this will work.
All
But I
right,
only
let's
get
do
in
it.
my head, so.
Right.
Okay. So my first attack.
First attack.
Oh, I just lost my dice. Is a 14 plus 6, so 20.
That
to
hits.
hit. So, that was shit. 4 damage to one of them.
Okay.
My second one is, oh no, a 10, so I didn't hit. That's annoying.
Yep,
That's
a miss.
okay. I'm going to, instead of doing what I originally was going to do, I'm going to use up superiority die again to... No, I'm going to go ahead and just pull out 2 extra daggers, and then I'm going to do my action surge to give myself another action.
All right.
Attack the guy in front of me twice.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, I'm rolling crap. That missed. I rolled a 3 plus 6, so
Bummer.
I'm gonna switch my
One
dice.
more.
My
One more.
next one is another bad roll, so 6.
At least we know she's honest, folks.
So yeah. So a 6 plus. So I missed both of those. It's fine. I'm gonna action surge, bonus action, quick toss. I'm gonna throw another dagger at the first one that I did actually hit, and we'll see if I can actually hit this one. That's a natural 20, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Can you? That's an action surge again. Action surge.
Action surge is not a bonus action.
Oh, the bonus action was to quick toss.
Yes.
Okay,
Action
great.
surge
Yeah.
is just action.
Absolutely.
So
Go
it's
for
not
it.
Yeah. So,
I just
I'm so
didn't hear
sorry.
you
I
correctly.
forgot that I have thrown weapon combatant is like my fighting style.
Okay.
So my first damage roll, can you add 2 to that guy? Because I forgot all
Absolutely.
thrown weapons have
Sure.
an additional 2 damage.
I love killing
So
monsters.
for this one, then I'm doing 2d4 is 5 plus 6 or 8,
11?
10 damage.
10 damage to the same one.
Yeah, to the same one.
Okay. So he did 16 damage. Great.
Yeah. 5
Kaluro.
attacks at 16.
No, sorry.
All right. I'm going to divide the same way. I'm looking around the field first. Let me do a. If you need me to do a perception, I can. But I
You
want to
don't need
see
to.
who's
They're
getting.
right there. Yeah. You
All
going
right.
for a
Who's taking a
villager?
beating? Yes. Same action. Get a villager out of the pool and then smash somebody else there.
Okay. There
First
are
action.
people being destroyed.
All right. Go grab one of them and toss.
Okay.
Of course, a natural 20 plus 3.
You throw her.
Flame.
You grab a woman, looks like a mother of one of the kids, and you just she yeets right out of there.
Let's hope that she makes make sure she sticks that landing.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to swing with a 17 plus 2 on a hand axe.
That hits.
All right. Got 1 cubic dice plus 2. So 6 total.
Okay. Perfect. Anything else?
I'm going to look around and say one at a time's not going to do it. We need to get out of here.
Okay. All right. The one you just hit is going to take a swing back at you. And
Fair.
you easily parry with your axe. A kind of a lackluster swing at you, just slap it away. Ari.
Mm-hmm. So now that I've told them that I'm around, how many are coming towards me now? Because originally I was just near-ish, but I wasn't involved.
One is coming toward you at the moment.
I'm going to ignore the one that's coming towards me, hoping that I can parry any sort of damage that they'll do, and I'm going to look for one that's attacking a child and try to kill that one and take that one out.
Sure. Yeah, there's one that's about to rip a child in half. Kid's freaking out.
Nope, not cool. Okay.
Screams everywhere.
13. No. Okay,
13 is a miss. Unless,
No.
did you roll a 13 on the die?
Yeah.
Oh, so add your bonus and tell me what your total is.
Oh, 17 or 20.
There you go. Yeah, that's a hit.
I'm gonna forget that. Okay. Perfect. Okay. And then
Then you roll your,
damage.
yep.
That's gonna be a 6 again for damage.
And roll your 2 sneak attack dice because it was engaged with another person, which was a child.
10.
All right, so 16 again. I will say you knock it off the kid, but it quickly comes back and trying to get him again. Okay, now it's their turn. So one of them is coming for Rin. That's a 20. A dirty 20, not natural. That's 6 points of damage. Just one moment. Okay. Another one is going to go for Kaluro, and it slips and falls down because I rolled a 1. And the third one is going to go for Ari. That's the one that was charging you, and it rolls a 14 to hit, Ari. Does that hit? What's your armor class?
17. It
17.
misses.
So again, it misses. Ari's very nimble and dodges out of the way. So far, we have killed 2 of them. There's a whole bunch left. Rin.
I know we're kind of doing this in our heads. Is it possible for me to move to where? No, because they're on top of villagers, right?
You can rip them off the villagers,
No.
or just slash them as they're on top of the villagers.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that because the other thing I want to do would not be kind to anybody around. So I'm gonna go ahead and just great sword them again.
Okay.
That's definitely a hit. 16 plus 7, 23.
That hits.
With 8 plus. Oh, wow, that's good. 15 points of damage.
15. Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You did you go for one on a villager or the one that was coming after you?
The one on a villager.
You spray that guy across the pit and kill it.
Okay, and I'm not done. I'm gonna go again on
Right.
the one coming toward me.
Okay.
So that's gonna be 11 plus 7, so 18.
18 hits.
Double 6. 12 plus 4. Nice. 16.
Another 16. Okay. I think, yeah, that's the one that was damaged. Yeah, you killed this one as well. You just killed 2 of them in 2 swings. Nice work.
Thank you.
All right,
Nice.
Renna.
That was just built for.
Going to bonus action second wind so I can get some health back
Perfect.
real fast. That's my D10. I keep rolling my dice off my desk. Okay, I rolled a 2. So I get 7 hit points back. And then I'm going to see that there are still tons of villagers being attacked. So instead of attacking the one in front of me, I'm going to pull out 2 more daggers and throw them at 2 target. First, we're going to see how this goes because last time I got ahead of myself and it went horribly wrong. So I'm going to throw a dagger at the same dude that I damaged last time.
Perfect. Oh, yeah, that dude is already dead, actually,
Oh.
because Rin just killed it. But
Never mind.
you can
I'm going
pick
to
an
throw
undamaged one.
I'm going to throw the guy at the one I missed last time because there were
Okay.
like 4 of them.
Mhm.
I rolled terribly again, so doing great. I'm going to throw another dagger.
Okay.
I'm going to just get rid of that dice because it was a 4,
Oh.
so didn't do it.
Bummer.
But it's
Okay. Your daggers are flying, but these things are moving quickly. It's just too crazy in here. Kaluro.
All right. When the guy who skittered off of me and fell was there. There's one on the ground. Am I able to reach down and pick him up?
Pick up a villager? Is that what you're talking-
No. Little rat creature.
Oh, yeah, sure. You can try to pick him up.
All right. Let me do a pickup.
Do it. So to pick somebody up is called a grapple, and if they're contesting it, they also roll an athletics. So it's a contested athletics roll. Go ahead and roll
Okay,
yours.
so I have 15 plus 3. I got 18.
And I got 8. You easily
Nice.
pick this little squirming rock person up.
All right. Can I fling him at one of his own compatriots?
Absolutely, you can. Go ahead
Get a
and
two for
roll.
off this one.
Roll an attack. Just use your regular attack stats with a general weapon, any like your hand axe or whatever you're using, and add your same bonus. And let's see if you hit him.
18 plus 2.
You just take this guy and just smash him into another one. Roll the same damage you would have used for that axe, and I'm going to apply it to both of them.
Okay, so that's a 6 plus 2, so that's 4 plus 2 is 6.
All right, so nice. Okay, Anything else, Kaluro?
Is that two actions, the lifting and the smashing, or?
That was. If you have any bonus
Alright.
actions, you could use them, or you could move.
I'm gonna try and like move my. I mean, can I just like shoulder ram a bunch of them to get them off the civilians?
Not as an attack. Your attacks are used up,
Okay.
but you can just move. So you can get closer, or you could put yourself in front of a civilian, I guess.
Yeah, I'd like to. If that's a possibility, let's get the people away from the rock creatures.
Okay. So you'll step in front of a teenage kid who is trying to crawl out, but you smashed the rock creature off his back as he was trying to crawl out of the pit. Okay, so he's scrambling up. The creature that you smashed is going to come after you now, Kaluro, and he also rolls a 2 plus 4, so total of a 6. You just fend him off with your hammer or your axe. And it's Ari's turn again.
I'm gonna go after the one that's going after the kid again because I have beef with him and I don't like him. But this time I'm gonna grab my short bow, and try to take him out that way since my dagger wasn't as effective as I was hoping it to be. So,
Yep.
oh, that's only an 11.
That is a miss. Well, you hit him, but the arrow snaps on the rock.
Okay.
Anything else that you can pull off right here? You have bonus actions, I believe.
I have a cunning action.
Mm-hmm.
So
You could use that to dodge, or dash, or disengage.
Or hide.
I want to dash. No, I'm gonna see if I can run and get the kid away from the rock monster.
If you run,
Pull
you'll
him.
take attacks by all the other monsters that are around you, or potentially as you go by them.
How many would I pass from where I am now to get to the kid?
I don't know. Roll a d6. Let's see how many you'd pass.
Oh, give me 1 second. It just stopped. I can't hear what you're saying.
Oh. Roll a
You're good. Okay.
six-sided die, and you can tell me how many you'd have to pass. How many?
Okay. 6.
Oh, yeah. You would take 6 attacks.
All right. My family's literally trying to say right now, so that's very good. Okay, 6. I don't know the grab back.
I'm gonna see Ari look like she wants to run, and I'm gonna turn and just like yell, like hold. Like, yeah. Oh.
Can I suggest something to you, Ari? Take the dodge action so you're harder to hit. I mean the dodge bonus action. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Having seen you shoot at him, there is going to be one that's going to come after you. But now, since you're dodging, I roll it twice and take the lower roll, which means that I'm at disadvantage. So the first one was a 20. The second one was only a 7.
Nice.
So it misses you. It comes running at you, and you just dodge it again. Rin.
Okay.
Okay, so I know we keep asking how many there are. She rolled a 6, and you said there's a bunch of them.
There's fewer than there were.
But definitely more than 2.
Yeah.
Okay. I would like to rage, please.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna use my great sword. So I roll with advantage on that, right? No.
If you're raging
With the melee.
Yeah. Can you, what is the word for it? There's a type of rage that you can do.
Oh, reckless?
Like, reckless. And that would give them advantage to hit you. What rage does is protects you from taking damage.
Yeah, I'm just going to rage. I'm not going to do reckless.
Okay.
So I get +3 to my damage. So that would be what is that number? That's a 15 plus 7.
That hits.
Okay. So 5 plus 4 plus 3, 12 points of damage.
12. Yep, you smash another one and kill it.
Okay, and I'm going to do my second. Do I still get the bonus points on that one, or is this on my first one?
I'm not understanding. Would you ask?
On my second attack, do I get the additional damage?
Well, that's a good question. You know, I don't think I've ever played a barbarian, so
Okay.
I'm not sure.
It doesn't say I don't.
I think you do. Your rage
Okay.
damage is per hit.
I have a
I'm
barbarian in
with
my.
that.
You do.
Yeah, 21 to hit.
Yep.
And oh, nice. So 9 on the die plus 4, 13 plus another 3 for my rage, 16 points of damage.
16. Another one is smashed.
I like this barbarian a lot.
Kaluro, you are not being threatened because Rin just killed the one that's been trying to punch you.
Well, there you go. It's been successful a couple of times. Appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Renna, there's a few more. Looks like 4 villagers have been killed. A couple more have been thrown out. 2 of them have climbed out.
Okay.
It's just you guys and dead villagers right now, and a bunch of these little critters.
So no more villagers down here.
No more living villagers down here.
Yikes. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and just attack the guy in front of me then a couple
Okay.
of times. Not that dice because it keeps failing me. That is an 18 to hit.
Absolutely. Here we go.
7 damage for that one.
Okay,
And then
you killed that one.
Oh, excellent. Okay. And then where is the next closest one to me? I'm just gonna throw a dagger at it.
Yeah. They're on top of the dead villagers. They're like sinking the little crystals have formed on their fingers, and they're digging them into the bodies.
That's horrifying. I'm gonna throw a dagger at one of them.
Okay.
That's 17 plus 6 to hit.
That hits.
7 damage.
Its little blue eye lights turn toward you kind of slowly. Do you have another? Oh, that was your second? Or your
Yeah,
first?
that's my second. I'm not
Okay.
gonna use the superiority dice. I'm just gonna look at him and be like, what do you got?
Kaluro.
All right. Within arm's reach, can I grab another one?
A villager? A little rock person. Yeah, you can grab it.
Rock people. All right. Let me grab another. No,
Not really.
that's
Not
right
really
away.
people. What do I call them? Rock creatures.
I got 14 plus 3, 17 total.
That hits. You grab him.
All right. Grab and use him to smash another one.
All right. Do your thing, just like before.
What's that? Wait, what am I rolling? The 4 damage? Or do I have to roll?
Well, you're rolling an attack again because
Okay,
you're
so second
using
attack.
him. Yeah,
Second attack's a 17 plus 3.
that hits. So now roll your damage, and I'll apply
That's
it to
the
both of them.
6 plus 2, so that is 4 total. Come on.
You take off one of them's arm with the battering ram that you're swinging. The little creature takes off another one's arm, and it just sprays gravel all over. Anything else, Kaluro?
All right, I'm going to yell out. If you got anything to do big hit, like if you could take a bunch of them, all the people are gone.
Okay, Ari.
Oh, okay. If I look around, is there any places that I could climb to get a better vantage point of the situation?
You can climb out of the pit.
Okay. I want to climb out of the pit, and I want to see if I can find any of the little rock creatures going after any of the other villagers that have escaped.
Okay, roll an athletics, which is one of your skills, and we'll see if you
Okay.
can climb out. Should be pretty easy.
4 minus 1, so probably not.
So as you start going up the wall, that just gives way and you fall back in. You land on your feet though. What do you do?
Okay. I'm gonna turn around then and take out the one right behind me with a dagger. I want to try to stab it if I can.
Okay, roll an attack.
7 and 7 is 14.
That does not hit. Your dagger scrapes off rock again, constantly foiled. However, the ground rumbles again, and these things all burrow into the walls of the pit and drag the people in with them, and it's like they were never there. Everything's gone. And you
Oh.
guys are standing alone in the bottom of this crumbled pit from the street. The wind and dust is blowing overhead. The red light is still shining down.
I'm just gonna. I think I'm just dumbfounded.
Yeah, I'm gonna start collecting
Yeah.
my daggers that I threw, and it's like we need to find somewhere safe.
We
I'm
need
gonna go
out
for
of
the climb
here.
out.
Does anyone, if you see on your sheet, passive perception?
Me.
Yeah,
Yes.
tell me what it is. What is your passive perception?
15.
Of 12.
14.
Okay. So all of them, whoever had 15 for sure, and the 14 not long after, you see on some of these creatures, their shambles of bodies that remain, you see something carved on them.
Do I
Are
recognize
they the
it?
same ruins that we saw in the original room we started in?
I'm
The
not.
circle on the floor?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It's completely different.
Can we
Do I
understand the
recognize it?
carvings?
What languages do you guys speak and read and understand?
I got Common, Dwarvish, and Draconic.
Okay.
Common, Celestial, and Valesian.
Okay.
Common, Celestial, Elvish, and Sylvan.
All right.
Common and thieves.
Oh, okay. Well, the only one that can read it is Kaluro. It's in Draconic. And you see this as you're looking around on more than one of them. There's the figure that represents an H, and then a figure that represents the number 54.
Okay.
Anybody read that?
I'm gonna get. Yeah, I've got the. They're a bunch of numbered little golems.
How many?
Are they all? Yeah.
Oh,
They all have the same number on them.
no. They all have the same number. They're all tiny little creatures. They've got to belong to somebody.
I'm sorry, what's a golem?
Little dirt monster that comes after people.
Great.
Do they normally kill people like these ones?
I'm gonna have to. Yes, actually, most of the time golems are pretty decent at killing things. It's what they're made for. They're
And this-
defensive. They've got to be protecting somebody.
The
Are we
ground-
able to get out of this hole?
Yeah.
I'm like already sword on back.
Yeah, you can
pulling
just
out.
crawl out.
Yep.
Now that the fight is over, everybody can help each other get out. Easy enough. The wind is still blowing sand. Hard to see. It's hard to hear. The ground rumbles every minute or so. The skies are still red.
where they were coming from? Is there a village?
You're in a village. You were
Okay.
in a house, and surrounding were other buildings. Most of them have broken walls, but initially, Kaluro rolled really high to start checking out his surroundings. It seems like all of this is fairly fresh damage. It doesn't look like there's just dust piled up all over the place. The dust that's blowing through the streets is just the sand from the surrounding areas. These all
I'm
look
gonna
like they're
say
newly broken.
this looks like somebody is beating on this town. We need to find a source.
I want to look in the direction the wind is coming from. Do I notice anything like that? Whatever cardinal direction.
It's coming from the southwest.
Do I see anything in like clouds in the distance or a building in the distance or?
Overhead, the clouds are really heavy. You don't see any sun, but there's a red light everywhere. The wind seems to be fairly low, just kicking up dirt on the ground, but it's steady and hard, and sometimes harder gusts. At the moment, you don't see villagers. You don't see anything.
I want to look around
Okay.
at all of these guys. Do they still look two-dimensional and weird?
They still do.
Whoever's closest to
No.
me, Ari, I'm going to say, where are you from?
Wonderland. What do you mean? Where are you from?
Wonderland? I'm from Karth.
All
What's
right, I'm
Karth?
gonna. Can I look for a structure that we could make a run for?
Yeah,
Sure,
I'm gonna
you're
say,
surrounded by buildings.
Okay, I'm gonna look for something that we could take a shelter into.
yeah, let's finish this conversation somewhere. We need to regroup because this is safe out here in the open.
Okay. So it's easy enough to get in between buildings and alleyways and stuff. There's a lot of broken timber and rock fallen all over the place, but you can find a sheltered spot to talk.
All right. Can I take a look at the floor? We're walking on dirt. I take it. It's hard packed dirt.
It's just, yeah, it's a village street or it's something like a village. Some of the buildings that you can see in the distance, briefly, you see snatches of taller ones, but you're in what looks to be homes right now.
I'm gonna look
Okay.
at Rick and I'm gonna say, what do you mean, where are we from? You're from Karth. What is Karth? What is Wonderland? What is this place?
Well, I'm not from here.
Neither am
Are
I.
you from here? Okay, so
No.
we're all from somewhere different. And y'all look
Okay.
strange. You don't look
Strange
like
how?
me. You don't look real.
Well, I'm very real.
Yeah.
I know I'm real, but y'all don't look real.
Well, I'm real.
I mean, I know you're real because you were doing some damage back there, but you don't look normal.
I don't know what's going on, but I think that like whatever it is going on, I agree we have to find the source because whatever the source is maybe brought us here. And I would like to get back to where I'm actually from. This place sucks.
Listen,
Agreed.
I'll be honest. This
if
is the
the
worst.
floor opens up all the time, maybe we should make for a building that's not on the floor.
Okay.
Yeah.
If the ground is just giving way, in my experience, maybe we find that building over there that's got a tower on it. We get to a second story that's not going to get sunk in. So I'm going to head that direction. If you guys want to continue this, go ahead, but I'm going to move in that general direction.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna follow. As we're going though, I'm gonna lean over and I'm pretty tall, and I'm gonna to Ari, what is this Wonderland you're talking about?
It's It's the capital city. It's Wonderland. Ophelia is the district attorney. Kit is our mayor. I don't know. What do you mean? And what do you mean we don't look real? What do you look like? And while I'm saying this, I'm gonna be having my one hand hover by my thigh holster because I don't quite trust Rin, even though we did just, kill a bunch of monsters together.
By the way, Rin doesn't look real to you either.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be like you.
Yeah.
You look like I'm dreaming. You don't look like flesh and blood, but you obviously are. Do I look like that to you?
You look like I could push you over.
I'd
You look
like
like
to
if
see
you
you
turn
try.
No, you look like you turn sideways and disappear. You look like you're on a piece of paper next to me. I don't understand how you're here, what you are, how you exist.
Noticing her hand at her side, mine is also hovering over one of my daggers strapped to my thigh.
Mhm.
And I know I'm
So-
going to turn and look at the other two.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to keep moving.
Okay.
I also keep moving, but as I like walk between you guys, I'm just gonna be like, look, wherever, like, whatever's happened, we're obviously here for the same reason. We've been brought by whoever. It might be in our best interest to just work together and get through it. No violence between us because we've already got these golems or whatever to worry about.
Fair point. So I'm just going to follow.
Mm-hmm.
All
I'll
right.
take up the rear,
What is-
but I'm gonna look down the street before making sure that there isn't anything. Oh, can I do a perception check actually to see if I notice
Certainly.
anything in the street before I go back into the room? 17.
Okay. To be clear, we're not going back into a room. You guys are. Tell me if I'm wrong, but you're making your way through the streets and alleys to see what you can find, trying to look for something
Yeah.
higher.
Or to
I'm
tap.
looking for a taller building.
Okay.
Something with a
Yeah.
second story would be perfect.
Okay. With a 17, you just see sand blowing. The ground still trembles every couple minutes. Just sand blowing everywhere. It's cold. These little crystals scattered all over the place. You don't see anybody, any villagers or any monsters.
Hmm.
So you
Can I
guys
reach
Look at
down and
everyone
grab a
and think-
handful?
of crystals.
Yes.
You pick one up. It's about as big as your pinky, and it burns a little bit on your finger. Your fingers, unless you have gloves on.
Normally don't, so I'm going to go with yes.
So if you hold it too long, you feel like it's going to cause damage.
All right.
Burn
Toss
from hot,
that.
burn because it's cold.
Are you trying? See what kind of damage it creates?
Well, I just want to ask him because I'm assuming he dropped it kind of quickly, and I would be like, "What? What's going on? Is it hot? Is it cold? Like, what? Did it shock you? What happened?"
And I'm just going to laugh and go, oh, dust hurt you?
I'm gonna
Some
shoot
sort of
Rin a
hot
look and
rock.
be like, "Really?"
It wasn't
Me too.
hot, Thaluro, and it wasn't cold. It was hard to tell. It didn't hurt you yet, but you felt like if you'd kept hanging on to it, it would. And if it does, then I'll tell you exactly what kind of damage you're taking.
Gotcha. All right. What are we
So,
seeing for structure-wise?
so you're flitting back and forth through different alleys and trying to stay out of the heavy wind. You are moving through the town. Occasionally, you'll see one of these rock creatures just kind of wandering aimlessly, like monkeys with like on all fours, their front arms longer than their back. They're just kind of boom, 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 kind of just wandering. But none of them seem to see you. How about a survival check to find your way through town?
All of us?
Mm-hmm. Unless
Can
you don't
we
want to, you
tell
don't have
if
to.
the creatures have the red eyes still, even if they're not, like, do they look exactly the same as they did in the fight, or do they look a little different?
You can't quite tell. None of them are close enough. If you want to go after one, you could see it.
Mhm.
But
Got
they're
13 on survival.
okay.
18.
Okay. Anyone else
9.
doing it? Okay.
16.
Okay. 16 and 18 are pretty good. So you guys are able to avoid creatures, assuming that you want to avoid them. You're able to keep yourself fairly hidden and working your way through this town. Eventually, and some of the walls are down. You can see inside of these homes and shops and things. Most of them just one-story buildings that are falling down, but there's still stuff in there.
Are there bodies?
Yes, you see a couple bodies and they're covered with crystals.
Can I go inspect one of those as we pass one?
You can. What exactly are you looking for?
I don't know. This is not my area of
Okay,
expertise.
roll an investigation check.
SOS. Okay. This is not my skill set. But.
Yeah, sure.
10. Wait. 10.
10.
10.
It looks like the crystals may be growing on this person's body. But they're also laying on the ground around him. You can't really tell where they came from. But the person is definitely dead, and there are crystals on him.
I'm gonna kind of squat down and like pull out a dagger and try and like pry a crystal off. Does it come off easily or is it kind of like hard to do?
Can I interject with a don't do that?
I'll stop with my dagger hovering above and say, why?
If it's seems to be growing on the guy. I mean, I don't need to make a big look at it, but if it's growing off the flesh, it's gonna kill you too, isn't it?
Well, I'm not touching it with my skin.
Where were you gonna put it when you cut it off the dead person?
I was just gonna toss it to the side. Like pry it and flick it. But okay. I mean, that's fine.
I think you'll just find that he's still
Look.
dead underneath.
Yeah. I mean, I know. I don't know. I was just gonna curiosity.
We've-
And I put
Is there blood on this dead person?
No blood.
Is it
Are there
look-
different
Maybe,
bodies around that
I'm sorry. Ask again, please.
Are there different bodies around that have different level of crystallization on them? Like, are they starting to look more like the creatures we just fought that were made of rocks and had the crystal fingers?
They are not starting to look like them, but some of them you find with some dead bodies you find. Every dead body you find does have crystals on it, but some of them
Yeah.
don't have as many as others do.
Are the
when
crystals instead of okay?
Instead of what?
So, like, are the bodies that have more crystals? Is that because they've been like? Can we tell that they've been dead longer?
Roll a medicine check. Let's see.
So
If anybody else wants to as well, since y'all are all checking them out.
Nat 20.
It seems
15
like-
plus 2?
Yeah. It seems like the ones who have more crystals have been dead a little bit longer.
We've got mushrooms where I come from that do this with dead things. So it's probably the same with these little rock things.
Okay.
Well, then we probably shouldn't touch them if they're gonna keep growing on us.
I'm gonna back up.
Is it an issue?
I'm going to be kind of pacing around impatiently. Like, are we going to sit here and look at rocks and bodies, or are we going to go do something about this?
Well, we can't do anything about it if we don't know what we're dealing with.
Well, we're not going to know what we're dealing with if we're just standing here.
You're
But
welcome to run out
Then
into
you-
the street and pick a fight if you want to.
feels kind of like what we're here for, but I'm
Just
not going to go alone. I'll wait.
Aimlessly?
What do you suggest?
Well, I don't know. I'm just trying to understand what's happening. And like what happened to these people? How are these crystals growing here? I don't have those answers, but maybe looking at them, we could discover something.
All right, I got a 13 plus 1 on investigation. Can we figure out which, or can I guess, as a character, try and figure out where the patrolling is coming from, where the little dirt balls are moving from and toward?
Like I said, it seems random, and there aren't a group of them together that you've seen since that first encounter. Every once in a while you see one of them just shuffling around.
All right, so the little ones don't do anything but look for something else to kill. We've got to figure out where they're coming from.
Ari, did you have something to say?
Well, do we recognize any of the bodies from the fight? Because you said
No.
that the creatures pulled the bodies into the ground. Okay.
Yeah, you don't recognize any of them.
When they did pull the villagers into, like, they pulled them away, was there anything left in the earth that, like, made it obvious that something had gone through? Like, did it look...
showed no sign of passage. They just kind of melted in. What really happened, and I guess you might have caught this a little bit, is that they burrow in, drag the people with them, and then backfill as they go. So it looks almost like they're just effortlessly pushing their way through the ground.
But no sign, like, left behind that happened in that location.
Nope.
Okay.
But you do get the feeling like if they came through solid stone, they probably would leave crushed stone there. It wouldn't be
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should we follow? No, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say, should we maybe capture one of the, like, ones that are alone? I don't know if they talk, but I don't know.
Or instead of capture one, should the sneaky one over there follow one?
Sneaky? Sneaky how?
I don't know. She kind of took some people out from the shadows. I feel like she might be pretty good at following someone around. Well, I'll do it, but I'm kind of big. Well, follow them and see where they go.
You're going alone.
What's that?
Two people were speaking at the same time, and we didn't catch any of it. So if you just said something, please repeat.
I'm just saying, my guy is bright blue and close to 2 meters tall. I'm not following anybody easily.
Okay.
I can do it. I can follow them.
Maybe just a little bit
You
to see
guys
if you
wanna
can figure
wait?
out where they're coming from.
Do you feel, like, safe going by yourself?
I normally work alone, so it would be weird, actually, to have someone with me.
Okay.
So
Try not to get yourself killed.
is that the plan? You guys are going to hide, and Ari's
Shout if
going to
you
follow
miss.
one. Okay.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if we're necessarily are going to split ourselves up, but keep an eye on each other. But you go, a little further ahead just to follow one of them. I'm not necessarily suggesting that we split the party. I just want to make that very clear.
I'd like to find, any sort of directional where the haze is coming from. If we could go toward that and get out of, get a little bit, or maybe find a local, would be great. but it seems that the village has been rampaged.
Yeah, I just know if there's those little things walking around, they're coming from somewhere, or they're going to somewhere.
I agree.
So
Either we
So-
chase the thing or we try and find somebody else that knows what's going on, but standing here isn't getting anything done. Can I do a
The
perception,
only
see
other
if I can get
villagers
anything?
we've seen. Go for it.
to do what? Perception for what?
Perception to see if there's anywhere coalescing or if there's any people around, anything that's still living.
Sure. Yeah.
That's a 4. 4 plus 3, that's nothing.
You don't see anything.
Can I look as well?
Sure.
That's a 7. No.
You don't
All
see
looked.
anything. Sure.
Said 19.
You don't see anything either.
Okay, there's nothing here. Follow
All of the mud balls then?
the mud balls.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll do it.
Let's follow.
So you slip through the streets, moving toward maybe higher ground, and eventually you do see one of these creatures kind of just shambling down one side street. So what's Ari going to do?
We make way too much noise if we're a big group. You guys wait here. I'm going to go around the corner, see if I can figure out where it's going. Because I have a feature called City Secrets, so I know the secret patterns and flows to cities. So I have a better idea of what the layout is without having been there before. So you stay. I'll be back. I'm going to go see if I can figure out at least a direction to go rather than aimlessly wandering.
Do you want to go stealthy or do you want to go at your normal pace? If you want to be sneaky, you can roll a stealth check.
I'll do that. Let's be stealthy.
Okay. You should be good at this.
No pressure.
Shouldn't have said anything.
15.
Good. Okay. I'll roll for the creature's perception, which is awful. Okay. It doesn't seem to notice you, and you can sneak up to within about 60 feet of it. It's basically just walking, shambling, shuffling on 4 legs down the street, and occasionally it turns and like bumps into a wall. Tries to keep walking, but the wall's in the way, and it turns away from the wall, walks in another direction. After a minute or two, it just stops, standing there. Then it burrows straight into the ground and goes away.
Okay. After it burrows, I go back to the group and I explain to them and tell them what I saw. That I couldn't really tell if there is a certain direction that it's going. It seems very mindless, robotic almost, that something is trying to get it to come back, but it's not intelligent in that it itself can figure out how to get from point A to point B. It was running into walls, it kept trying to walk through the same space even though it knew that there was a wall in the way. So I don't know if following this is going to help or not, but this first one was kind of a bust. I can show you the wall that it went towards. Maybe that'll give us a clue, but beyond that, I don't know.
Sounds like it's just looking for food.
Is it possible it's blind?
Mm. Yeah, if it did go underground.
And if I couldn't see, I'd walk into a wall too, probably.
Mm.
It went underground. Those creatures pulled the dead villagers underground, is what we're trying to get to underground.
Sounds like it.
Anyone have any way to see what's underground or see if there's a passageway to get us down there?
Before we climbed out of that
Besides
hole,
group?
were there any other openings, or was there just like a sinkhole with walls?
It was
Okay.
just a sinkhole.
Where I
Yeah.
come from, we had burrowers that killed a bunch of animals in a forest the same way. What they did was they came up, they ate, and they went back down and left. They don't leave a path. They're just moving dirt around them. So
Mhm.
we need to find a way to figure out where they're going, not try and take them out when they're above ground.
We might have
Okay.
answered the question earlier, but the red sky, does that look like it's a result of something that's causing the destruction, or does it look like it's a naturally occurring thing?
Mm.
As far as you can tell, it's just the color of this
The
place.
sky.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, maybe it's a result of something, but not something you can see or discern from this location.
Okay.
I want
Yeah.
to just kind of take a slow turn in all directions and see if I notice anything that catches my eye that is a source from where something is coming, or anything on any, but I want to do like a slow turn and just
Okay.
try to
Perception
see.
check, please.
That is 17.
Okay. Down the street, the wind, one of the gusts passed by, and there's a short lull. And through the settling dust, you see down the street a much larger building that looks fairly sturdy. It doesn't look to have crumbled away too much.
Okay, there's a really big building down this way, and it doesn't look like it's been beat up as much. There's something different about it. I think we should go down there.
Mhm. If anything, it'll get us out of the
Oh.
wind and out of the dust.
Mm-hmm.
And it's bigger, so there's the floors you're looking for.
All right.
Well,
Lead
that
the way.
sounds like a plan.
All right, you guys still are sticking to the walls, going across the streets quickly so as not to attract attention. And the door on this building is ajar. It's kind of shifted. The frame of the door has kind of shifted in these earthquakes, and the door is open, and it doesn't look like it can budge. It's just wedged open.
I want to try to pull it open.
But you can get through it already.
Oh, okay.
And if you want to just break it down, you probably can, but you can already get in.
Okay.
It's open enough.
All right. Can I, well, how high is this wind? Can I light something on fire?
Probably you'd have to get out of the wind to do that.
All right. Gotcha.
Can I do a perception check of the room before we go into the door?
Sure.
Make sure it's safe.
Yeah.
Just take a little peek.
I'll do the same.
Sure. Go
I'm
ahead
gonna
and
pull
roll.
out 2 daggers just in case.
17
7.
and 5. 22.
Okay. It looks like what you would consider a library. It's a big open room. There are tables and desks, and the walls are lined with books. And
Is
there's
there light in it?
from the windows, yeah. Broken windows. Some of the dust and sand is blowing in, but not nearly as much as the the houses with missing walls.
I look back at the group, let them know, hey, looks like it's a library. It looks pretty secure. I can't see any of those creatures. I can't see any of the villagers. I think we're going to be safe if we go in.
I agree. I go ahead.
I'll follow
Yep. You guys step
with,
into
with a
this.
little hesitancy.
Okay.
You said it's dimly.
hesitantly step into the library.
It's dimly lit. Like,
It's lit with this red atmospheric light that's coming in from the windows, and you can still see stuff.
okay.
Everything is, colored red, so a lot of colors just look black or gray, but you can see well enough Once your eyes adjust that you're inside, you can see the books, the titles.
Can I read those titles?
Sure. Actually, everybody roll an investigation since you're probably looking around this place.
I'm more like I've never seen a library before, so I'm not anything particular.
It's a
I'm just kind
giant
of like
room full of books.
never seen it, and I'm like, this is amazing, and I'm probably overwhelmed to really notice anything particular.
I got a 12.
I rolled a nat one.
Oh.
13.
Okay, 12 and 13. Ari is just on guard, checking the cracks, the shadows, looking at everything, not caring at all about the books. Amarin and Kaluro, this place is really big. It's got books on whatever, but what you notice most is on a large table in the center is the table is a map. It's a big open map.
Okay.
All right. Move toward it to investigate.
The
I'm
map,
gonna go look too.
yeah, the map is written in Draconic.
Of course.
The the title is in Draconic Vylorth, and it's a map of a small town. Vylorth.
Can you read this? What is it?
It's a bunch of scattered letters. Looks like the word Lorth. And it's a town. Doesn't look like the one. Does it look like the one we just came from?
Or we're in?
Or that we're in?
Well, it's hard to tell from a whole map. You've only seen like tiny. However, you notice there's a grid across the whole map, and the longitudinal ones are letters, and the latitudes are numbers.
What's how big are the numbers on the side?
It goes up to about 50.
What were we looking at? H51. Can I relatively put together that might be where we're located?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. It goes up to about 70.
54. I will go with using my draconic. Find the H, find the 54, and find the part in between.
There is
what do you need me to roll?
Nothing. You're looking right at it.
Right.
You see a tiny image of an arch with a pointed top at that location.
According to this looks like this is where we're at right now, or at least where these guys might be coming from if we knew where.
So
Everybody get that?
looking for the library to see where you are, you can roll an investigation with advantage since it's easy to take your time.
Investigation is a +1 to 18.
Oh, then you don't need advantage, but if you want to, you can roll again and take the higher number.
I'll just take that one.
Okay. Yeah, spending a little time and everybody looking at the map together, or whoever is helping, you find yourself at about C31.
Okay, so if I'm reading this right, this is where we are. Point to C31. Is anyone listening? I've just asked.
I'm right there with you.
Okay, and then
I'm not. I'm on edge.
the little dirt balls had this number on them, so I kind of draw a line between the two.
Okay.
Looking around the room, does it look like there are any other doors or openings to go to either a floor up or a floor below?
It's all one story, but it's really tall. It's like 20 feet tall, and there are ladders to get up to the higher shelves, things like that. But
Looking
Does
in
the
the
map have
floor.
a scale on it?
not really.
Can I gauge distance?
Not really. There's no scale on it, but from what you've seen, there are no cobbled streets. There are no big buildings. This is a fairly small community. It's not huge.
Does this room look disturbed as much as any of the other buildings?
There are no bodies in here. It definitely looks like the walls have shifted somewhat because the door is stuck in place, but it hasn't fallen down like everything else. The walls are really thick.
Okay.
I
want to climb. Go for it.
Oh. I was just gonna say I've kind of wandered away because again I've never been in a library before. So I'm kind of like walking through the stacks and just like trying to see if I can read some of the spines, but also just kind of like looking around like and walking like kind of aimlessly, but also like keeping an eye out for anything that might catch my eye.
You can definitely read some of them. They're in lots of different languages. What kind of book do you find? You tell me.
Oh, I mean, I'm not looking for one in particular. I was just curious about like, are there things here that I could read? Because like
Sure.
this is not the world, you know?
Understood.
But I'm
Yeah.
more for like anything in the room that might catch my eye as I
Okay.
like wander around.
There's a section of the library that has brightly colored book covers and lots of pictures. You want to look through one of these books?
Sure.
You know what a book is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this book looks like there's very little writing in it. It's got drawings of creatures, animals. It looks like they're talking to each other.
Do I get
And
this? This is like a children's book?
Yep.
Okay. That back.
Can
What
I-
else might you notice? There's some really big, heavy books that are on stands with a lot of tiny writing.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
go ahead,
anything,
Murray.
like dangerous or that might be like a clue as to what happened here.
Not that catches your eye. No.
Okay.
Ari?
All right, can I? Oh, sorry.
Because it's pretty safe to assume that we are all not from this place. Instinctively, I'm going to look for something that feels familiar. So do I see any text or titles that make me think of home or that I would recognize besides just being able to read them?
Not at first glance. If you did a whole bunch of looking and research, you might find something, but no.
Can I draw a cardinal direction from where C1 is to H51 or 54? Where we
Yeah,
are to where we need to get.
you can figure it out. It's kind of like northeast of where you are.
Yeah, all right, I can say to whomsoever is still in the vicinity, if I'm reading this right, we need to head this direction if we want to stop the little monkeys from destroying the village. If we don't care, then we head the other direction. Does anybody care?
I mean, I
I keep
care.
my head around and I say, if you aren't going to save this village, then I'm going to do it on my own. Tell me where to go.
Okay, I care.
Well, I could show them on the map, point A to point B, and point in that general direction. It's like, this isn't the town that I'm supposed to be protecting, but I'll do the job.
Okay.
I walk up and look at the map and it's that the arch symbol that you said.
Mm-hmm.
And we're assuming that this is where we need to go and not where we were previously, correct? Like, what if they're labeled because, like, those are assigned to that location to, like, guard or something? Those creatures.
What if there are
Well, I mean, the
creatures
library
here?
is right here.
What direction did we walk from?
You got me. I'm looking
Roll
at
a
the same
survival
information.
check.
I'll roll a survival check.
Okay.
16.
21.
Okay. Kind of trying to remember where you had passed, and it turns out that you probably came from somewhere like C15.
Okay.
So not
That area.
it's kind of almost you're on the same trajectory from where you were before.
Okay.
Well, you kind of went north, and now you have to jag over, but yeah,
Mhm.
you're not going to be
So looking
retracing
at the
your
map,
steps.
you looking at the map, I say, look, it looks like this is where we started. This is the dirt.
Mhm.
This is where the village is and where we're standing. And then this is where the numbers lead us. So golems need to have someone to give them directions, otherwise they just eat. So if we need to do something, if we're going to stop the eating, I think we need to go here.
Let's do this.
Do I recognize that the direction that he's pointing looks like it was the direction the creature was heading before it went underground?
No, that creature was just wandering in multiple directions. It didn't seem to have any
Okay.
purpose.
I hate to
Okay.
suggest this, but out of character, should we short rest before we go?
That's smart. You also do have 2 health potions. Right.
So, we can do whatever. I'm more worried about the fact that I only have 2 superiority die left. So,
We could take a quick rest.
A
And
short
then
rest only takes an
We're a-
hour. It seems
little-
like this is a good spot for it. It would
I'm
also
not
be
against it.
a good spot for us to take a short rest. And so if y'all want to take a short rest in game, we'll also take a 10-minute break in real life.
Mhm.
Okay.
Does that work for everybody?
Perfect.
All right.
Sounds good to me.
Then stay around, folks. We got some good, exciting stuff coming up. Good job, everybody, so far. And we'll see you in about 10 minutes.
Got it.
Yay!
So many balls. Balls everywhere.
Hey, everybody. We're back, and we're going to jump right into our second half of this episode, Author Adventures. So, right before our break, we were taking our short rest in a library full of books, but our characters found a map, and it is a map of the town they are currently in. They think they've discovered a clue. Did everyone get your hit points from your short rest?
Yeah.
Yes.
If you need any. I think Ari wasn't injured yet, so she's good.
Yet. That's ominous.
Oh, yeah.
You can only avoid fights for so long.
Mm-hmm.
I did. Excuse you. I killed monsters.
Ooh. That's funny.
Okay. After a while, you guys have exhausted whatever you think the library may have had in store, and you've got what you think is a map coordinate. What's the plan?
Do we notice if the red light changes while we're at the library? So, like the time we spent there, is it like the sun is moving across the sky or the red light is moving across the sky, or does it remain constant?
It's just like before. No change whatsoever.
Are we are we moving? We're moving by foot. I take it.
Unless you want to crawl or, walk on your knees or something.
I mean, can someone
All
fly?
Give me a piggyback ride?
Yeah.
I have
No, we'll
I have a handful of torches in my inventory. If at all possible, I'd like to start a small fire in the library.
Sure. It's easy to burn this place down, or at least the books, because the library's stone.
There you go.
Why
Yeah.
are you setting
So, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Why are you setting a fire in the library?
There's a bunch of tiny creatures out there chasing down anything they can eat. So I'm going to make a very large smoke pit for them to run to, thinking that there might be something going on, and we're going to go the other way.
Okay.
Everyone all right with that?
Yep. I'm gonna grab several of the books off the shelves and bring them with me.
I'm gonna roll the map. I'm gonna roll up the map.
Ooh,
Smart
the map.
woman.
Okay. Yeah, you can take however many books you want to carry.
I grab the map and roll it up and
Got it. You've
Take it
got a
on.
map, you've got some children's books, and we're back in the street.
we are
Right.
armed and ready.
All right.
Children's books, maps, backpacks.
I want to make sure we
We
get a nice
notice if
plume of
there are.
smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got a fire started. Smoke is leaking out of the broken windows. It looks like it's going to catch and turn into an inferno.
All right, now we need to go away from that.
Got it. So you guys start moving through the streets, much like before. Clouds
heading-
overhead.
Are we
Dark.
heading toward the place where the numbers?
That's the
Yes.
idea.
Okay.
Red light coming from the sky, through the clouds, cold wind, sand and grit blowing all over the place. You hear a sound like coming from the south. It sounds like sizzling. And as you look over, it looks like rain is falling, coming your way.
Hmm.
Do we have any buildings we can duck into that have a roof?
You can find a place with some part of the roof still on it. Yeah.
You said sizzling.
It sounds, like rain coming from the distance. When it
Okay.
starts to get closer, you can see bigger things falling, not raindrops. It seems like stones are falling.
What?
So we need to find some cover.
Yeah. Yep.
I ducked to the nearest building that has any semblance of a roof.
Sure. You guys duck in under a roof, and stones pound the ceiling for about 10 minutes. Also, crystals falling down. These same crystals scattering across the ground, and it passes just like a rainstorm. 10 minutes later, there's nothing falling anymore.
Okay, can I take a look at the crystals on the floor, see if they match the ones that we've seen on the people and or on the little golem thingies?
Same thing.
All right, you can roll for that because it was a 1. I'm
You
gonna
didn't
take the
need to.
win.
They're the same.
Obviously, this is some sort of thing that is hitting these people over and over. I'm going to say we get back on the path and head over.
Not waste any time.
After
I'm
a
gonna keep a
while,
dagger in my hand as we're walking.
sure.
Me too.
After a while, you come to a larger building and you hear voices coming from this place. It looks like a meeting hall or a town hall or something like that. It's a big rectangular building that, much like the library, it's tall, still 1 floor, but it's got a roof on it. Most of a roof on it.
Do we recognize the language? Do I recognize the language the voices are speaking?
Yes.
What language is it?
Can we all understand it?
You can all understand it. What languages do
If
you
anything,
speak again, Brandy?
I speak Celestial, Common, and Valesian.
You understand them.
What are they saying?
Can't tell. You just hear voices muffled. They're inside this building. The walls are cracked. You can the windows are broken out, but they're high up, high above your heads.
is there a door?
Yeah, in fact, where the door was, that part of the wall has crumbled down. So you can
All
just
right, I look at any of my patriots here, and I say, one of you is going to have to go in there because my guy is
One of us.
Well, so far I'm the only blue-skinned creature I've seen. Therefore, if I'm the one that goes in there, I'm pretty sure it's not going to go well.
I'll walk him.
okay, without even looking. Good for you.
I'm just.
There are villagers in here.
Mm.
They seem, some of them have wraps on their arms or legs. They seem like they've been through it, but they are fortifying this place. Some of them are laughing. Some of them are relaxing, talking quietly. There are, actually, let me ask each one of you. Let's start with Ari. Ari, if you found like an oasis in Wonderland, what would that look like?
A meadow with a table in the center of it, with a random assortment of plates and tea kettles and this big throne-like chair at one end.
This is not a meadow, but some of the villagers are actually repainting the walls and trying to add stucco, and they're coloring it green. There is a big table with one big chair at the end. There's food and drink on the table. But you didn't walk in yet, or you did?
Not yet, no.
Okay. Well, that's what you see. Everybody seems happy and kind of relaxed. Let's ask Kaluro Fens. What would a little oasis look like to Kaluro?
Well, to him, be the quiet, but yeah, I'd say we have giant mead halls. So there's going to be a mead hall, a place where people can get together and everyone it can be relaxed. Big tables, lots of fire, lots of calm, solid, sturdy walls.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to you. The villagers are quietly repairing the place. There's a table in the center with a large chair at one end. Beyond that is a big fire pit. There's food and stuff on the tables. Nobody's loud or trying to set up defenses. They're just trying to recover, is what it seems like. Let's
This
talk
could be a
to.
respite.
What about Rena? What would it look like to you?
It would probably resemble home, which is her mother's inn. So instead of one large table, there would be several round ones. There would be, a, a, a table with just pastries, specifically cinnamon rolls, and cheesy biscuits, and you know, anything that it would be cozy. There would be like candlelight. There would be people serving others and making sure that they had things that they needed, and it's just very calm and serene.
That's kind of what this is. You see some smaller tables along the edges with where a few children are sitting and they're having pastries. The big table in the middle seems to be the commonplace. All the food is on it. It smells really good in here. And Rin, what would your little oasis be?
It would be like I don't want to say a cottage with a cute connotation, just a little shelter in the middle of the woods with nobody there, a never-ending bucket of mead, and my horse.
There is a large keg with a tap on it toward the back end, and there aren't many people at all, and all of them are really quiet. You don't see any horses, but there are pictures of horses on the walls. So that's what you all see. Rena walked in, and some villagers turn their faces to you and smile. And they say, "You made it. You made it. Well done. Come in. Come in and join us."
Are you taking shelter here? What happened to your town?
Oh, it's been ongoing. The elementals were relentless for a while, but we think the battle is over. We're trying to recover. We're trying to rebuild tiny bit at a time. There are not many of us, but others will come. Are you hungry? Are you thirsty?
I could eat, but I'm more concerned. Are you in? Or do you have people who are injured? Do you know what caused the elementals to do this? Have you sent anyone out to make sure that the town is cleared? Because we've seen other creatures roaming around.
We think it's over. None of us here know much other than that we survived. We made it. It was harrowing. It's been going on for about 24 hours. The sky hasn't changed. But we came here, and it seems like once we were here, things have gotten better. And several people have come in and joined us, and we're gathering our things together, and we're trying to make it pleasant. Here, let me get something for you. She walks over toward the table of food and drink.
As she does that, I'm like very disconcerted by how similar this feels to my mother's inn. I'm feeling like really concerned that they are not more worried than they are, considering the wreck that is their town. Is it possible for me to do an insight check to see if there's anything like amiss in her behavior.
Sure. Insight.
Okay. I don't know which dice to use because they've all done not great today.
You can't fall to superstition.
Yeah.
You're Renna. You're Renna Selene.
See, I should have listened to my instincts because I rolled a 2, plus 5, so 7.
You're getting the vibe from this woman like she is exhausted,
Okay.
but happy, and
Okay.
honestly wants to just make things pleasant for people.
I want to push my way in. I'm going to come on in.
Yep.
Well, I move out of your way, I suppose.
I'm going to just look around. And
Yep.
you said that it's very quiet to me.
Quiet.
Does it look like there's many? You said it doesn't look like there's many people.
Even the children are quiet. They're sitting quietly at tables. They're about, well, if you stop and count them, there are more than you wish there were. Some of them are resting, laying on the ground, looking like they're sleeping peacefully. Just a calm, tranquil place with lots
gonna
of
look-
food and drink.
I'm going to look at Rena and say, I do not understand how these people can sleep through that rock storm we just had.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's odd, but they seem to be just trying to make the best of a bad situation, I guess.
Where did all the food come from?
I don't...
From the outside, am I seeing the same little play out?
Yep,
All right, can I take a walk around the outside of the building?
sure.
I don't
It's
know.
fairly big. It's probably maybe 100 feet by 40 feet. And the whole thing is just like a big meeting hall.
Like, this looks like
And I
a...
look,
I walk in. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
I walk in and I look to Rin and Renna and I go, I don't trust this.
How are
Okay.
we feeling now that we're inside this building? Normal?
Yeah.
Still concerned? Still
You
like,
still-
where
You
are
still seem fully normal to yourself. Your three compatriots seem like they're two-dimensional.
we? Okay.
But everything else is kind of the same. Nothing has changed for you since you walked in.
I'm going to walk over to one of the kids
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to pull out one of those children's books that I just took from the library. And I'm just going to kind of like kneel down and offer the book to them and say, here, maybe this can help, fill some of the time as the grown-ups figure out what's going on.
They gladly take it and smile and thank you. And
What's your name?
you want to talk to a boy or a girl? I have to make something up.
Doesn't matter to me.
Okay. My name's Jorith.
Jorith?
Jorith.
Jorith.
Yeah.
Jorith, my name's Renna. It's so nice to meet you.
You look strong.
I'm sorry?
You look strong.
Well, thank you for that. I think I'm pretty strong. Do you know how long you've been here and what happened? Like, how long have you been in the building with all of this food and all of these nice people taking care of you?
Just a little while. We came in just a while ago, and we're just trying to. This is the only place that wasn't broken, so we're staying here, and they're fixing it.
That's awesome.
If I look up to the roof, do I see any sign of damage from that rock storm that just came through?
The roof is cracked and there's a few chunks missing. Yeah. You can't tell if it was from the rock storm or from something
But
else.
it looks like it's weathered a rock storm.
It looks like a lot of the city does. It's beat up. It's not fallen in though, for the most part.
All right, traversing the outside, is there anything, can I do a perception to see if I can find anything that looks out of the ordinary or something that's feeding into this?
You don't even need to. It looks like a building. I mean, you can roll perception if it makes you feel better.
It's not going to go anywhere, now is it?
A bunch of paranoid characters.
All right. I sit down at the main table and I pour myself a cup of tea and I look at the nearest adult next to me and I say, "Give me your story."
Okay. There is another woman, not the same one that Rena was talking to, but sitting there eating what looks like some sort of bird. And she says, well, our story is all the same. The elementals attacked, the ground shook, and walls fell, and crystals fell from the sky, and we ran. We lost people, but we made it here. And more are coming every little while. You're here. Is that also your story?
All right, I guess I'm going to complete my walk around and walk in and see what the reaction is.
A woman walks up to you and says the same stuff and offers you food and drink.
Interesting. No, thank you. I appreciate it. Do you guys know where the elementals, or do you know who's causing all the ruckus?
Oh, do you?
Um, is
We're just
there?
glad it's over.
It's not over.
We thought it was over.
We just had rocks and
Why would you
crystals.
think that?
Well, we made it here. It's safe here. There's
Why
food,
do you think
there's
it's
drink.
safer here than anywhere else? There's holes in the ceiling. It's no different than any other building.
Quiet and calm, and nothing is bad. Ari, are you drinking that tea you poured?
Yep.
Did
Do
you?
I start relaxing and being less paranoid?
Absolutely.
Huh.
Yes.
The lady brings Rena and Kaluro a tray of food each, a plate full. You look hungry. You must be. You've survived. You look like you've been through the same that we have. Here, eat.
We don't eat in buildings where I come from. I'd have to take it with me outside.
Oh,
I'm gonna put my hand on Rena's arm and be like, no.
No, come on, guys. It's fine.
Oh,
Let's relax for a while.
no. You. Did you drink that?
Well, what else are we supposed to do?
I'm gonna kind of back up a little, and if it's possible, try and wave at my compatriots. And it's like maybe we need to keep back on the path, guys.
I'm gonna try to take the cup out of Ari's hand and guide her to stand from the chair. We need to go. We need to go.
I pull a dagger. And I say, no, we're going to stay.
All right. I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna look at Rena and go, your turn. Walk not out the door, but toward the door.
did Kaluro leave? Did you walk out of the building?
Yes, I did a back away. I tried to bring everybody.
Okay,
They
would you
seem to
please
be.
roll a wisdom saving throw?
Oh my gosh.
Everybody or him?
Just him.
Yeah, 7 plus 2, 9. So
Okay.
no, probably.
No, you step right out.
Ah.
Hmm.
After Rin backs away and says, "Your turn," I'm gonna sit down next to Ari, and I'm just gonna say, "Do you remember when we walked in here, and you said that something was wrong, and that these people should not be this calm?"
I'd look at you and I'd say, "No, why? We're safe here. I don't remember that. No, we're okay here now. We can rest."
Ari, it's not safe. It's not safe, and we can't rest because you don't even belong here. We don't belong here. This is not our world. We've got to go. So come on.
No, we're okay. I'm gonna stay. I want to stay.
I look out the door at Rin and I go, "Not coming."
Can I? This is gonna sound so bad. Can I smack her? Not like to hurt her, but like that was loud. I'm sorry.
From where I'm at,
You can certainly try.
where's
I don't want to hurt her.
roll an attack.
Oh God.
Oh shit.
That's just what it's called. I know you're not trying to hurt her.
It's an unarmed one. I don't even have something for that, so I don't have a plus to it. So
Yeah, it's your normal strength to hit.
17.
17.
17. Yeah.
She
That's her
lightly
armor
slapped
class.
your face. I would like for Rin and Ari to roll a wisdom saving throw.
That's not good for me. Oh, it is 17. Again.
6.
Ari, you get slapped in the face. Rin, as soon as you do this, this place looks destroyed. It looks nothing like what it looked like a second ago. And the people here, there are no people here. There's no food. There's nothing.
Is Ari still there?
Oh, yeah. She's sitting at this broken table and pretending to drink something.
which message do I have from the outside?
Same one that you saw before, the good one.
Okay. She's still sitting at the table. The other two won't leave.
Yeah.
I'm going to expedite this with another torch through the window.
Burn this mother down. Okay.
And you know what? Everybody's got to get out if the place is on
Yeah.
fire.
See people?
And
I still see people?
Oh, yeah, you do. You see a torch come flying through the door.
And I look at you and I go, "What are you fucking doing?"
I'm going to say there's nobody here. There's nobody here.
What do you mean? What do
I
you
take
mean?
my glass.
Rin,
I
you
take
see
my
a
glass,
torch just
I-
clatter onto the stone floor and nothing lights. Go ahead, Ari.
I take the glass that I was pretending to drink with, or rock, or what have you, and I throw it against the ground, and I stand up really quick, and I go, "What the fuck just happened?"
You still
You-
see it.
You
You're
need
still
to.
in the
I'm still in
good
it.
place. Oh yeah.
Oh,
You're in the good place. This
I
is
just
lovely.
slapped you.
You've been slapped,
okay.
but that's all.
But
That's the
not the
worst
part-
thing
yeah.
that's happened to you in here, and you couldn't even imagine why she would do that.
I start trying to get everybody out because I think there are people here, and I think that he just threw a torch into a building with people. So I start trying to like gather. I'm trying to like get the children off the floor. I'm trying to get people out of the building because it's gonna burn.
The lady who offered you the food just says, that was odd, and just picks the torch up and goes and puts it in a sconce on the wall.
I pull a knife and I point it at Rin and go, why did you do that?
Because you're crazy. This is not real. Let's go.
Not real.
There's nothing here. Let's go. Why would there be something here? There was nothing in this town. We find a magic room of goodies. Let's go. And I'm just going to turn around and walk out after Kaluro.
Kaluro, you don't want to leave. After you threw the torch and she just picked it up, you're like, you feel like this place is really a good, peaceful place. So does Ari. You don't want to go anywhere.
I look at you leaving, and I look at Kaluro coming back in, and I look at Ari sipping tea, and I just go, I'm really sorry about this. And then I just take a dagger, and I'm gonna try and stab you.
Me?
Just like, no, Ari, just like lightly on the leg. Not like anything very serious, but I feel like maybe pain will bring it back. I don't know. I'm just gonna try and like nick you a little bit.
Okay.
So, okay.
Roll an attack.
I'm really sorry. I say that.
I don't feel so bad anymore.
I think Ari might have
the
to.
slap didn't do it, so maybe,
Yeah.
Ari may have to cuss.
That's a 25 to hit.
You stab her right in the leg.
Things aren't
Grab
good.
it and
I need a wisdom save from both of you.
Okay.
oh god. If I am fine with a knife in my leg. Okay, I have a nat 20 plus 2.
What did you roll, Christina?
A nat 1.
I'm sorry. Ari, you have to roll with disadvantage now because you're under the spell. Roll that again. I'm sorry, you're going to have to lose that nat 20. But maybe you'll roll another one.
That's okay. 14 plus 2.
The world disappears and you're in a ruined place and you see Rin walking out of the door in disgust. You see you're not holding anything in your hand. You've got a knife wound in your leg and Rena is saying, I'm so sorry, because Rena, to you, you just stabbed somebody who was doing nothing to deserve that, drinking tea.
I don't know why I
you
did
see
that.
it all too, and you...
I don't know why I did that, Ari. I'm so sorry. This is a place of peace and calm, and I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I did that. And I turn to the woman. I say, I'll take some food and some tea now, please. Yeah. So sorry.
I grab one of my own knives and I throw it at your hand. I throw it at Rena's hands because she's reaching for something that's not there.
And talking to nobody.
Totally aware. And and I look at Rin and I go, we'll talk about this later.
Kaluro, you see all this happening too, and it looks crazy to you because everything is so lovely. Yeah.
As much as I like these people, we still got to go. We had a task. What do I need to roll to try and convince myself to get out of here?
Well, first, Ari's got to roll her attack.
Against me.
With a dagger. Mm-hmm.
Nat 20.
Oh. Yeah.
Are we damage? Because that's going to be rough.
Did you hit her in the hand, or did you hit the plate out of her hand? Oh, you don't see the plate. So you should... All right.
I don't see the plate. Yeah.
You get stabbed in the hand. Go ahead and roll another wisdom save.
Okay. 19.
So for a moment, you're like, yeah, I deserve it. I just stabbed her in the leg. And then
And then all of a
looks like
sudden,
ruin.
nothing's there, and there's a knife in my hand.
Right.
And I go, holy fuck. And I take the knife out.
You stabbed me!
I know. I'm sorry. You stabbed me. I give you your knife back.
I'll say
I'm
each of
giving
you
you
take,
yours.
'cause since we didn't roll damage, each of you take 1 slashing or piercing damage.
Okay.
Kaluro.
As I'm walking out, I'm going to be like, okay, are we good now? I'm not even going to look back.
Kaluro won't leave. I know you want to leave, but this place is too attractive.
I look at Ari and I go,
Sure.
do you want to or shall I?
I think we both should, actually. Seems only
Okay.
fair.
Everybody,
Excellent. So
stab
we
away.
pull a dagger.
Can you join us? And we could use a third if you want.
I can walk in and draw my short sword and say, he's a big guy. You're going to need a bigger weapon.
Go for it.
Ladies first.
Yeah, I don't want to hurt him, but I also slapping obviously didn't work, and
All right, you're
stabbing
being
seems
stabbed. Whoever's attacking Kaluro, go ahead and roll an attack.
I'll do it.
It's an easy one.
I guess I will just use my dagger, and I will totally hit you with 18. Yeah. But I'm just going to poke him. I'm not going to,
Yeah, I get it. Ari and Rena, did you attack?
No.
No.
Ren said she was going to take care
Okay.
of this one.
Yeah.
All right. You feel a stab in your back.
Bandaging
Go ahead
yours.
and roll a wisdom save with disadvantage.
I stabbed you in the back.
Disadvantage.
That means you roll it twice and
Alright.
take the lower.
Take the lower. Yeah, I got a 11 and a 7. So
You
Wisdom?
get stabbed in this, wisdom save.
that's just 2. Add 2 to whatever. So 9 is the better.
9.
Or yeah,
You're in
9
this
is the lower.
beautiful, peaceful place, and and somebody shanks you in the back. Just a poke. You only take 1 piercing damage, but it hurts. But
What is wrong with you?
You're not seeing right. Help me. And I look at both of you.
Well, I guess it's time.
All right.
Yeah. I'll
Rock,
throw
paper,
it.
scissors.
I'm the one that didn't want to stay.
Okay. Okay. That's all you.
All right, I got it. Okay, so I grab a
Tab
dagger
number 2.
and I throw it at Kaluro.
Roll an attack.
I'm aiming for his. I'm aiming for his thigh. He's a big dude. All right.
Go with it.
17.
17? Does that hit you,
Yeah.
Kaluro?
Yeah. More
All
than
right.
hit.
So, since you threw it at him, roll damage.
Oh no. I'm sorry.
Proper
And-
damage.
Kaluro, do another wisdom save with disadvantage.
Oh no.
You're going to bleed him out before he leaves this place.
Tiny little.
7. 3 plus 4 for damage. 7.
7 damage.
I got a 21 and a 13.
13 is enough. You shake your head, and all of this is gone. And you've got
All right,
Uh,
homeboy,
a
you
dagger
can now?
sticking out of your thigh.
well, this was not the Happy Mead Hall it was a minute ago. What happened?
It's okay.
Can anybody
Either.
can anybody detect magic in this group?
We're all martial classes.
I know.
We're all stabby. That's all.
Okay, so obviously this wasn't real. Okay, so I'm beginning to think I'm having a really bad nightmare.
Yeah.
And this is not I'm not even. You're not real because you don't look real. I mean, this wasn't real.
I mean, I could stab you to wake you up if you want. Then we'd be 4 for 4.
And if she stabs you and you take damage, you're gonna know that we are real, in fact.
Do it.
Maybe I should.
If you'd like, I have blunt objects that probably do less damage than a stab. I'm carrying hammers.
Well,
A hammer. Yeah.
Kind
Sure.
of funny
Somebody-
that
I
your
do want
characters
my
are going to go straight for injury. There's no like shaking or slapping. It's just put a
I
hole in
slapped.
you.
Slapping didn't work.
it didn't
So-
work. I said slapping didn't work. So what's
Yeah.
the next step? Knife.
So
Obvious.
go ahead, because I feel like I'm in a dream, and I'm just gonna. This can't be real. None of this is real. You're not real.
All right, so
All right. Well, she did slap me, so.
I'm going to return the favor.
I don't know what you're talking about. That was.
What favor are you returning? A slap or a stab?
I'm going to, well, let me see.
Or
Let me
a-
see.
Or a hammer to the skull?
I'm going to go with a, I've only got, see, I don't have daggers. I have axes and hammers. This is all I've got. So it's either a slash or nothing. Or a hammer.
Okay.
Take your
Well,
poison and
tell you
let's
what.
do this.
Let's try just open-handed with a physical slap.
Okay. Roll an attack.
Two losing dice. I've got 17 plus 3,
That hit.
Yeah.
20.
So you take 1 point of bludgeoning damage, and when you feel her face on your hand, she feels fully fleshed out, solid, and you don't roll anything because you're there, and there's no waking up from this crazy.
When I did that to Ari, did she feel 3D to me?
She did. Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So the dream.
Have we all left said little shack of horrors?
Let's keep going, y'all.
I want my
Rin,
dagger back.
Rin has a red handprint on her cheek.
I'm gonna look at Ari and go, "Hey, twinsies."
High five. I
What
feel
do
like
you got?
very tall.
3, 2, 1, go.
Do
All right,
you
let's
want
get
me
out.
to bandage? I'm just going to walk it off.
Yeah. Let's just walk. Let's just go.
Yeah. As we walk out, I look at Ren and I go, I was really hoping you were right about the dream thing. Then.
Me too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bummer. Well, so you continue headed toward the coordinates on the map?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Same scenarios before, winds blowing. You see creatures randomly in the distance, stumbling around, not really, some of them are just standing still. And you see in the distance this big archway, shaped with a pointed arch in the distance, looming up over the houses nearby.
That's
And
on the
so-
map. That's where we're going.
I agree with her.
Let's go. Faster.
As you are approaching, you see some really large crystals. And it turns out they're growing from skeletons, and they're big. The facets are shiny and almost mirrored. They're about 5 feet tall, the crystals are.
Gonna give me the heebie-jeebies, the whole crystal thing.
Mm-hmm. Are the
How many are
skeletons in
around?
the crystal, or the crystal like growing out of the skeleton?
It's growing right out of the bones.
Ooh. All right. Can I take a swing at it with a hammer?
Sure. As you walk up to it, you see it's like a mirror. You see yourself approaching, and then something comes out of it. Your mirror image comes out of it with the hammer, just like you are. It's exactly opposite you, but it's like a silhouette of you, made of the same color as the sky.
Well, shit.
Can
Okay.
can I take a step back?
It also takes a step back.
Back into
As
the
it
crystal.
becomes more solid, yeah. Does it go back in crystal, or is it just out here
it
now?
just- yeah, it's not going back into the crystal.
Ah, that didn't
So
go
you,
the way.
so you summoned a crystal doppelganger. Well done.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, note to self: don't see your reflection.
That is very true.
Eyes on the ground.
Is it moving in any way toward me, or is it just hangs out?
It's like looking in a mirror, except it's all silhouette.
Did you
red.
get invoke duplicity and not tell anybody?
Can I lower the weapon?
It lowers the weapon.
What if you walk away?
All right. Let me back away slow.
It backs up slowly, not into the crystal.
All right. Okay. I got no experience with this. If you guys have anything,
I got nothing.
Oh,
It's moving
to be clear,
opposite of you.
they are this. You see the archway there. The crystals are in front of the archway. It's not like you have to go
Blockade.
past them. Not blocking, you just have to
Oh.
walk past them.
But
Okay.
your doppelganger dude is doing everything opposite of you. If you walk if you back away, it's backing. If you walk,
Mhm.
no. I'm trying to figure out a way to, because if you go toward it, I guess it's going to come toward you.
If I walk past it
yes.
but don't look in the crystal, what happens?
Okay, you walk
Like if I
past the
keep my eyes
crystal,
down.
and you guys see Rena's mirror image in silhouette extrude from a crystal.
Okay. So no matter what, you're going to wind up having to look at one of those things. The question then becomes, how do you fight?
So I look at
'Cause it's
Rin
not-
and I go, do you think if we hit the doppelganger, it'll hurt them?
We could try.
That's logic.
We've
That is
already
logic.
stabbed each other once. What's another stabbing between friends?
Right. Who wants to take the hit?
Only two of us have doppelgangers so far.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take it because I think I took less damage last time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you want to do it or me? I haven't
Well,
stabbed her yet.
Your turn then. I really hurt Laura last time, so.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm gonna go for her doppelganger.
For Rena's?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm gonna throw my dagger at it. I don't want to really get up close to it because the closer I get to it, the closer I get to the crystals.
Okay.
So.
Roll to hit.
A 24.
That hits. Oh my gosh, does that hit?
Okay. So I do 5 points of piercing damage to the doppelganger.
Okay. I think I need everybody to roll initiative now.
Oh no.
Here we go.
8. Solid 8.
7.
16.
20.
Okay. So remember what you rolled. I was rolling for
Oh.
the critters.
Creatures that shall be unnamed.
So Rin rolled a 20.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody had a 16.
Ari did.
Ari, okay. Then we had a whole bunch of low numbers. Who else?
I had an 8.
8 and
7.
8 and 7. So eight and 7. Okay. Rin, you threw the dagger. You caused how much damage? 7? 5.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And that was Rena's silhouette. Okay. So Ren, that first one initiated this, so it's actually your turn again. Your dagger is quivering in this thing, sticking out of it. It pulls whatever. What weapon were you using, Rena? Daggers? Rena, you were using daggers, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
So
sorry.
this thing, Ian had a bandolier full of them. So this thing, kind of hands disappear into its chest and come up holding 2 daggers. So Rin, what are you gonna
So
do?
made of the crystals?
It's, you don't know what it's made of. It's like this silhouette made of red, just like the sky, and you can't tell if it's crystal or something else.
Okay, so I have a question. When I initially threw that dagger, we were not in initiative.
Correct.
Does, when I impact that doppelganger, does Rena react?
Nope.
Okay, so I wanted to make sure that if I take the doppelganger down, I'm not taking Rena down too.
Doesn't seem to be.
Okay, so I've thrown the dagger, so I'm pulling out the greatsword because that's what frost is for, and I'm gonna go ahead and attack with my greatsword.
Okay.
Well, I need to move up to get close enough. Ah, crap! If I do that, we have a problem. If I get up close, there's going to be an Amarin come out.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're gonna have to just fight it.
Stay back.
Okay. Are we okay with that? I guess we have to be.
Great sword.
Yeah.
I still have a bow, so I can stay back and attack from behind.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to go up and use the greatsword.
Okay.
That is a 15 plus 7, 22 to hit.
22 hits.
Damn, Skippy, it does. 11 slashing.
11.
Mm-hmm. And then I'm
Okay.
going to take my second attack.
All right.
10 plus 17.
That also hits.
8. 12 slashing.
12. You cut this thing to ribbons. It falls apart like cloth. But an exact image of you also steps out holding a huge greatsword in the same pose you're using.
All right. Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Did it come out of the same rock or a different rock?
Same.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess I'm going to take my movement and back away.
All right. And it's going to use its movement to close with you and take a big hack at you. Does a 15 hit?
Nope.
Does not. How about a 17?
Maybe, yes.
All right. You take 4 slashing damage.
Okay.
Ari.
Yes.
So what I'm thinking right now, Rena walked past the crystal. Rena is beyond the crystals now, and her mirror image was just killed.
Mhm.
But Rin stepped up. Her mirror image came out, and it's just chopped into her. And Kaluro's is still standing in front, but also readying its weapon. So what you gonna go for?
Right. I'm going to take my short bow and aim for Rin's doppelganger, since that's an active combat.
Okay.
Okay. 18 plus 7, so 25.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay.
And you get sneak attack again
And then-
because she's fighting it.
Perfect. Okay. So damage is 9, and then the sneak attack plus 3 plus 6. Cool. 18.
18.
Nice.
All right.
Kill me.
Yeah, 18. Bam. Nice one. Kaluro.
All right. What happened to the one that she shot with crossbow?
It got a crossbow bolt stuck in it in its chest, but it's still holding its weapon. Still up.
All right. I'm gonna go with a straight. Since I'm gonna have to engage this fool anyway. Draw the hand axe. Go at him.
At yours? Okay.
Might as well.
Hand axe versus
The
hand axe.
nearest
Let's do
target.
it.
I got 14.
14 hits.
Plus 2, so 5, 6, 7. 7 damage.
Okay. And Rena.
Don't I get a second action?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, my bad.
No,
Absolutely, you do.
I had a plan. All right, off the hit. Can I take my very useful and trusty small hammer, just a one-handed toss at the facet?
Sure.
What am I
Oh.
rolling for?
You're just rolling an attack to smash that crystal.
15, 3. That's 18 total.
That hits.
And a small hammer. What you're gonna have to give me? Because small hammer does throw.
I tell you what, spider web cracks form all over this thing. You've pretty much turned it from a mirror into a shattered mirror.
Okay. How's my guy look in front of me?
Just like he did before.
Ah, all right. That's all I got.
Okay. Okay, now Rena.
Am I within melee range of Rin's doppelganger or no?
No, they're about 15 feet away, but you could go back.
I don't want to risk getting near the crystal again. So I'm going to stay where I'm at and throw a couple daggers at it.
Sounds good.
Okay. So my first one is a 15 to hit.
It hits.
Okay. I'm going to also use the superiority die to feint attack. I don't know, how do I do that? Can I feint attack? It doesn't say it has to be. Let me double check.
Can you do it on thrown, on ranged attacks?
It doesn't say that I can't. It just says you can
Okay.
expend one superiority die and use a bonus action on your turn to add the total to the damage roll and to gain advantage on your next attack roll against the chosen creature.
Sounds good to me. Do it.
Okay. So. Or no, wait, because it says within 5 feet. So never mind. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to
Okay.
do my. which is 3, 8 damage for the first dagger.
Okay.
Is it still up?
It is. It falls apart in tatters, like
Okay.
a ripped cloth.
Okay, I'm gonna use my second dagger to throw it over at oh my gosh, what's your character's name? I'm so sorry.
Kaluro.
Valoros.
Kaluro.
Valoros. Sweet Lord. It's like 11 p.m. here, so I don't think that's gonna do it. 14.
14 hits.
Okay. That was shit. 6 damage.
Okay.
And then I will superiority die quick toss. So I can make as a bonus action, so I can make a third throw.
Great. Sounds good.
So draw a third from my bandolier. And that's a 17 plus 6 to hit.
Yep. That hits too.
And I add my superiority die to that one. So 13 damage for that one.
13. Yeah, that one goes down too. So Rena just slaughters them both. And they're in shreds. They kind of float to the ground. And that leaves Rin standing there by the crystals. Ari hasn't approached them yet. Kaluro also standing by a broken crystal.
Before you guys move, can you grab my daggers off the ground for me? Please and thank you. Thanks.
Gotcha.
Don't, before anyone moves, don't go near the face of the crystals.
Okay.
And can we? I've got one hammer here. What's the action?
What do you
Are we-
mean?
Are we still in initiative?
Oh, no, we're not
All
in
of
initiative
the doppelgangers?
at the moment.
We're not?
No.
Okay. Did all of the doppelgangers come out of the same crystal, or
Nope.
did they come out of their individual crystals?
Different ones.
But they came out of the one that we
Okay.
were like closest to, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
And you said
Okay.
Rena's
I
already
think-
on the other side?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's fine. I'm thinking I'm going to walk over there to where she is, but I might have to pass another crystal.
So what if we destroy the crystals first and then pass?
That was my thought as well.
Okay.
Okay.
The hammer, just
Okay.
you throwing a hammer at it shattered the face of one, right?
Yes.
Mhm. So there's
That
at least
worked.
a weak point. My one concern, and just voicing this, is if we shatter it, we've now made a shit ton more faces, and rather than having one life-size doppelganger, we now have a shit ton of little ones.
That's an excellent point.
That is a really good point.
Can
Could we just
outrun
run through
1,000
and then
tiny
deal-
things?
Could we just run through and deal with whatever pops out? They're obviously not super hard to kill.
It's easy to run through.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the run through.
Okay, just grab my daggers before you do. Thanks.
Got him.
Okay.
Okay.
Throw them back to me. Yeah, so Kaluro, you're running ahead.
I'm going to go grab my one good hammer and the dagger and get out of there.
Okay. Roll D20. Just roll a D20.
1d20. I
Mhm.
got 11.
You're fine.
I'm gonna sprint
Nothing
to
comes
him.
out.
Oh.
Who's next? Rin? Are you
Rin,
just running
you
through?
should run through too.
Roll
Yeah, I'm going
D20.
to. 17.
Another Rin comes out as you pass another big crystal.
Why did he not get one? Damn it. Well, I'm going to keep running.
Yeah. The thing that comes out runs the other way, away from the arch.
What are you doing?
Right
I'm
at
still
Ari.
over there.
Well, run, come.
So three of
Well,
you have made
It's
it
better.
to the arch.
It's easier to focus on one, kill one, and then focus on another one, right? So we should take out the Rin, and then I should go through, and then we can take out the Ari if an Ari appears. Yeah.
You said the Rin ran away
Out of
from
this
me.
fight, I got no distance. But
Towards me, though.
But does it look like it's like aggressive?
Can't tell. It's just running
Just
with a
come
weapon, with a huge sword in its hand.
away from me. So just
Away from Rin.
toward Ari.
Towards me.
So really, we're waiting to see what Ari's going to do.
Mm-hmm.
I can keep moving in
Okay,
that direction so that it keeps moving away.
I'm gonna try to sneak past the Rin doppelganger as I make it through past the crystals.
All right, so there's no sneaking because clearly you're right out in the open. So you
Okay.
can dodge it as it comes towards you. Actually, since Rin
Okay,
stopped,
yeah.
it stops. It's standing there between you and the crystals, just standing there in exactly the same pose Rin is in.
Can I
Rin, put your-
move to move it away from her?
You can.
And put your sword away.
Yeah, I can do that. And then I
Okay.
can move in a direction that it will go opposite so that it gives you a wider path through.
Yeah, it does. It follows your move.
Okay, so I'm doing that.
Okay. Okay, so I feel safe enough to run through now past the crystals because the
Yeah.
doppelganger's
And
not
one
pointing
comes
a giant
out
sword at
mimicking
me
you,
anymore.
but runs the other way. So now you're all standing in front of the arch.
Okay.
We
Right.
made it this far.
Are-
Is there any writing or anything that we can see on the arch?
It looks exactly like the arch in the room that you woke up in, except it's twice the size.
Mm.
Yeah, the room with the circle. When you left that little house, there was an archway, and this one looks the same, except it's much bigger.
It's a gate. Crystals. Gate. Why I got bad juju from this. Gates are bad. We don't
It's
like
not.
gates.
So do we don't go through it then?
I think that's how we get home.
I was
But
going to
you-
say, if one brought us here, one's got to get us home.
That's an awfully big risk to just go through some random archway in the middle of nowhere in a world that we're
Only-
not even from.
Tell me about it. Story of my life.
Oh, can I do an
Literally.
investigation check to see if I can
Yeah.
figure out if there's anything weird about the arch?
Sure. Yeah. Roll investigation.
Ooh. 12 minus 1, 11.
There's not much you can tell. It's just a stone arch. It doesn't look really like there's anything on the other side necessarily. Just ground and mountains in the distance.
I would actually like to
Huh.
do the same because I have a background with this type of thing.
Okay.
Like perception.
Sure. You can do perception.
That is a nat 1923.
Ooh. Okay.
It is the title of my book after all, you know.
It looks like the entrance, you're looking around, you're listening, you're smelling, you might even be tasting the wind. This wind is whipping by, and as the gravel is going through this archway that's the sand and stuff blowing, you can see the faintest ripple, as if that really isn't what's behind that archway.
Definitely a
You
gate.
just came out of a big fat illusion. You're looking for stuff like that.
Yeah.
If I walk,
Can I toss something in there?
Sure.
and if I walk around it, like not through it, but like around to the other side, can I see through it from the opposite direction?
You can't walk around it. You just like,
Stop.
there's something there.
Okay.
It's stay
If
put
this
or
is
go
where we're
through it,
going.
guys.
Yep. Sounds like a plan. You go first, and I will observe.
I like the idea of throwing something through it to see what happens. Does someone have like a rope or something so we could tie a dagger to the end of a rope, throw it through and pull it back?
I happen to have rope.
Yeah. Okay.
Who am I
Okay.
giving a rope to?
Are we just throwing a rope into it, or are we just trying to throw a line for someone to go in through? Because I'm telling you, this is probably not a two-way thing. This is probably not a go through and come back and say what I saw kind of thing. This is a go through it and you are changed for fucking ever. Again. Story of my life.
Well, right, but I don't want to just like randomly go through it and be fucked. So why
But
don't
do
we
you
throw
want to
something, see
stay?
if it can come back?
Okay. Throw a rock through it then. Or pull, I just throw the rope and pull it back and see what happens.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't like these things. I'm sorry.
You throw a rope. It kind of, it looks like it falls on the other side, but there's a weird kind of shifted bend to it when right on the plane of the archway.
Pull it back.
Comes back.
Totally fine.
Well, it's two-way.
Okay.
Fuck it. Let's go.
Let's
Okay.
give it a shot. Why not?
We all hold
I was the
hands and
first
go
one to
through
do
together.
something dumb at the other one.
Are you going for? I'll follow you if you're going in. I'll,
Yeah, I'm going.
I'll go.
I walk through.
I walk.
Okay.
I follow.
Me too.
Kaluro, you
Shaking my
see them
head.
all just disappear.
Well,
It doesn't
guess
look
it's
like
gonna
what the
work.
rope did. The rope looked like you could still see it. They're gone.
The rope wasn't alive.
They're gone
What happens to
completely.
our doppelgangers when we went through?
What?
All right, let's just.
Bryn and I
I'm gonna
scout
follow.
doppelgangers out. What happens to them?
Well, you don't know. You're already through the gate. Through the arch. Kaluro follows. So you guys find yourselves in a cave, a tunnel through the mountain, through the rock. And there's a light in the distance. A couple 100 feet away, it's a long tunnel.
Well, there's only one way
Hey,
to go.
you got torches.
I have
I
light.
do.
I have the light cantrip.
You have magic?
We can go either way with it.
I have the light cantrip. I think it's a racial.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
it comes with being a celestial or whatever that
Yeah.
is, Asimar.
So I did. It's light bearer. So I know the light cantrip.
All right. So you've got a light shining off of something. What do you cast it on?
Can I just cast it out in front of us, or?
It doesn't. No, you put
I
it
need an
on an
object.
item. On an object. You can put it on a rock and hold it up, or you could put it on the end of your sword.
Putting it on my sword. But
All
I'm
right.
going to put it on my short sword because it's less
Okay.
taxing to just carry around.
Okay. And you walk down this tunnel.
Let's follow.
Okay.
Only one way to go.
As you get to the end, you see another circle on the ground with runes. That's not all you see. This room is a round, circular room with tunnels just like the one you're in, going in like 8 different directions. And as you come to the end of the tunnel, the one directly across, you see something moving in that tunnel as well.
Would we just?
Well,
Can we read the ruins?
Say again?
The ruins in the circle. Can we read them, or is it
The runes,
only
they're
Luro
just
that
like
can
the
read 'em?
ones before. You couldn't read them. It kind of gives you a little bit of a headache to try in the first place. These look the same. They're slightly glowing, though. That's where the light has come from.
I'm
I don't
gonna.
know. I'd say let's go toward the large shadowy figure. Maybe we get some answers.
I'm gonna pull my daggers out and maybe not do that, but
Yeah, I'm gonna. We're in there with light now, so I'm gonna put my short sword away and pull my great sword, and I'm feeling like okay. The runes in the center. Can we skirt them, or must we cross them in order to get to another?
No, you can go around it. It's in the middle of the room, and it's like a big circle. It's in the center. It's like you'd walk around a donut or something.
So I
what
feel
if
like.
this,
No, go ahead.
what if this is what gets us home? We got here and there was a circle on the ground, and now there's another circle on the ground. What if we step in it?
Yeah, I think one of two things is going to happen. We zap back, or we summon a demon. One of the two.
We've killed lots of shit already. I think we could handle a demon, I would assume.
Okay.
Let's just step in the circle. What do you think, big guy?
I don't see a reason not to, although it seems like a bad idea to go straight at the thing that brought us here. Going in a circle doesn't seem to be the best idea.
As you're
Okay, how about
talking,
We will
you
What?
hear from the hallway across a deep, low growl.
Of course we do.
Oh god.
And
Okay.
sticking, and it looks like you see the shadow shift, something about the size of a horse, but you see a large, well, about the size of a horse's leg, gray scaled foot come through, followed by a long serpentine head with these elaborate horns coming off. And there's a dragon coming out of this tunnel. And it's kind of like it's got a snarl on its face, but it's looking at you.
Great.
And the snarl kind of goes away for a second, and it cocks its head. And it fully comes out and stands there looking at the circle, looking at you.
It's got any more idea of what's going on than we do.
If I could creature's
Wait,
mouth,
say
I
that
can
again?
understand what it's saying.
What did you say, Calero?
I said it doesn't look like it has any idea what's going on any more than we do. But I do speak Draconic. Can I offer, I don't know. I guess do I have to roll for that or do I just say ancient?
You can
What
say
do
whatever
you know?
don't have. Yeah. You say, what do you know?
I do.
It fully comes out of the tunnel, and its wings unfurl a little bit. It's a grayish dragon, but you can see as it turns, there is a kind of a sheen that ripples down its body that seems, what's the word? A lot of snakes have this in their skin.
Like
It's kind
iridescent.
of iridescence. It's kind of like a rainbow almost, as if it's slick or oily, but it's not. It's just part of the scalature. Its horns, you've seen pictures of dragons. This one looks different. Its horns look like they're just really intricate. And when you say what do you know? Says, many things. Is this another of your tests? Who are you?
Okay, so it's obviously as confused as we are. Nobody else speaks dragon, I'm guessing. Nope.
You guys just hear this
I
thing
don't speak
growling and
dragon.
roaring.
I'm horrified.
But
If I can see the creature's mouth, I can understand what it's saying by reading its lips.
Mm.
if you speak the language, it doesn't work for any language. Sorry.
Oh, that's right.
Good try, though. Valiant effort.
We have a translator, so
Yeah, well, you guys probably remember that, but this dragon is just growling.
Okay.
Is that a dragon? That's a dragon, right?
that's a dragon.
It's
Dragons
Yes.
it speaks dragon.
He
Do
answered.
I
Are
need
you
someone
speaking?
to stab me again?
Are you speaking in common, Rena?
are. Yeah.
Of course, I'm
Well-
a dragon. It growls at you.
Oh, good.
You see this kind of iridescent smoke come billowing up out of its mouth.
I did not know dragons could talk, but that's okay.
Do I need someone to stab me again, or is everyone else seeing this?
Yes, it's here.
Must I kill you
don't say
to
it.
advance?
You could
No.
what? I
We don't-
immediately grab 2 daggers out.
He takes
yeah,
a couple
no.
steps closer and his wings get wider.
Okay, this is not going very well.
What do you mean advance? Pause. Time. Pause. What do you mean advance? We're not trying to kill you. We're just trying to get home. Sir.
He's rolling an insight on you.
Okay.
Incredibly high. Are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yes.
come from a world dragons are long dead, they are scary. I have no desire to fight this.
Okay. What did you say? You're just trying to get home. He's
We're just trying to
looked
get
at you
What do you mean
Really?
advance?
carefully and stretches its head out. Its body is about the size of a horse. Its neck is probably 6 feet long. Its tail probably 10 feet long. Its wings are massive. It would be a good dragon to ride if you could. But have we lost Kaluro Fens?
I think he's
I think so.
frozen.
Hopefully he can hear. After you say we're just trying to get home, he looks at you really carefully. As am I.
Right, let's do this together.
Okay. Okay.
Where are you from?
Who asked?
Does the
Yeah.
dragon look 2D to us as well, or does it look three-dimensional?
That's a great question. Roll a wisdom. No, perception, which is a wisdom thing.
No. Okay. 9 + 5, 14.
There are aspects of it that are kind of in between. It changes. The view you have of it, at first it seemed very solid, but now that you're thinking that, you can see that it does kind of, at certain angles, kind of look like your 3 group members.
I ask the dragon where he's from.
from all places and all times, but not from here. I would like to leave,
Where
and
is
yet
this? Is this where you woke up? Is this where you appeared?
it is not. He looks back over his shoulder. I feel I've been tested, and I have made it so far.
Same.
You can see little scratches and gouges on him. It looks like he's been through a little bit.
Are you okay?
He doesn't answer. He looks at the circle on the ground. Perhaps that is my direction home. Perhaps it will only work once.
That's not cool.
I immediately look at Rin and Renna and take a tentative step closer to the circle.
I do too.
So does the dragon.
Oh God. Oh God. I say, why do you think that it will only work once?
Do you know nothing of portals?
I know nothing of portals.
But where I come from, they do work more than once. They're energy driven, and they just don't work more than once in a year. It takes a year.
Well, I don't want to be fucking stuck here for a year.
Me neither. What if we all, including you, Sir Dragon, stepped in at the same time?
Well, we all appeared at the same time.
Huh?
He closes up his wings.
Can't hear shit.
James, did you step through the portal?
Apparently something happened. Can you guys hear me again?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Can't see you yet.
Can't see me yet. I'm working on that. Sorry, everything collapsed on this end over here.
No, you're fine.
It's your kid's fault. Blame the kids every time.
That's the best plan.
The kids or the cats, one of the two.
I can get this to work.
We're negotiating with the dragon.
Awesome.
He says the portal can only work once.
That's what he seems to think.
And Rin says, nope, it can only work once per year.
In my world. But
And now we're fighting. Ish.
Now we're fighting.
We don't-
We've come to.
I'm from, but we do have like a veil that separates two worlds, but they open up multiple times a year. So it might be more than once.
now we have all the theories.
Yeah.
Ari?
Dude, portals don't exist. Magic mirrors are only found in fairy tales. I don't know what to tell you. I'm still kind of convinced I might need to stab myself.
Well, where I come from, we don't have these kinds of things. We don't travel
Mr.
between
Dragon,
worlds too
sir,
often.
did you tunnels or did you only come down that one?
I've only traversed this one. He looks back over his shoulder. And you?
Just the
this
one
one.
behind us.
The world beyond the tunnel was unpleasant.
What was it like? Red sky, sand, wind everywhere, crystals, anything
What?
like that?
It was not. It was nothing but darkness, and my magic would not work. And small things tore my flesh.
I told you the crystals were bad. They tear flesh.
I would step
They
into
eat
the
flesh.
circle. He takes another step closer.
But
Whoa,
wait, whoa.
Ugh,
Hey.
we only get one use. This is maybe it's a group ride.
Yep.
The one use thing is a theory, so it's not a proven. We don't know that for sure.
Are you willing to risk that chance and be stuck here for a year?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that
Forever.
if we all, took a leap of faith quickly, we might be the ones to discover if it happens once or not.
I
And
grow weary of this conversation. Would you
So we need to-
contest my right to step in?
No, but we're only asking if we can step in at the same time as you. Exact same moment.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh gosh.
yeah, you don't want me to do
All of
that.
us?
Well, no, only Ren is saying it, so
I know
unless
better.
somebody wants to chime in.
I'm not very persuasive.
Yeah, no, I not won again, so like that didn't work. So doing great.
He takes another step closer.
I take
Wait.
another.
Wait! Freeze! Stop!
I do not listen to
We can
one
figure this
small
out.
as you.
You know what, sir? You're kind of an asshole. I think you should listen to me. We could do this together. You're being hasty. We also came from a shit place, so we should all take a breath and figure out how to do it together.
Roll either persuasion or intimidation. Let's see what you got.
Oh gosh. Persuasion, I have a better likelihood because that's a +5 at least.
Okay.
19 plus 5, 24.
Holy.
For a small one, you have grit. I will hear your words.
We all just want to go home, wherever that may be. If this only works once per year or period once, we at least deserve the right collectively as a group to try to do this together. There is a way where we can time it where we all step in at the same time. What do you say?
If you are wrong, you are the only food here.
That's fair.
Deal.
Very well.
But I speak only for me. I am the food, not them.
He looks at the other three. They will also suffice.
Hope this works.
Let's see
Holding
if we
hands,
can,
or are we just doing this?
It's either fight the dragon or
if-
try and get in the hole with him. So let's make this happen.
Well, he's already agreed.
Perhaps
Sorry,
I
agreed.
hold you
Right.
to be sure we enter at once.
Is it okay if we go around and crawl up onto your back?
There's not enough space for more than two. The others I will have to hold in my hand. He shows you his gigantic sharp claws.
Is he gonna
Christina, I can't hear you. Would you say?
kill- I'm so sorry. I said, can we insight check the dragon? Is he gonna kill us?
Sure, you
into
may.
his hands? Not using that dice. That's much better. That's a 24.
Nice.
Yeah.
Seems like he wants to get the hell out of here and he's willing to try this because you convinced him.
Okay.
I say we
Okay.
trust them and we ride in.
Okay.
All right, well,
No one else will ride a hand. I'll take a hand.
I'll take a hand.
All right, he picks
Oh.
you two up and curls you in. You're smushed up against this scaly, but he's warm and soft.
All right.
Aw.
Nice.
He's like
The
a
other two,
puppy.
y'all getting on his back? If you say that out loud, he might
Can I
eat
ask
you.
his name?
You may. Now I'll
Fun
have
and-
to think of
Is
his
he
name.
willing to tell us his name?
Names carry power. I can tell you
No.
part so that you remember and tell everyone of the time dragon who was sparing and wise.
All right. Thank you, sir.
You may call me.
On the count of 3?
Oh.
Did
Sorry.
you not ask for my name?
I did. We're friends now, though. It's okay.
He curls you up in his arms, the other two on his back, and he steps into the circle. And that's where we'll end tonight's episode.
Oh,
You made it. All you had to do was
Yeah.
convince him not to kill you, and you made it.
excellent.
Congratulations.
Woo! We went home.
You went home.
Yay!
Let's all believe that.
Yeah, you did. Kaluro is in his meat hall right now.
Nice.
Well, guys, thanks a bunch for playing. That was a bunch of fun.
Yeah,
I had a great
Thank
time.
you.
that was so fun.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we can always try this again sometime, but I'm going to give you guys a chance to do your shout outs if you want to mention where to get your books or what to look for. Whoever has anything to say before we cut out.
I want to really quick say
Sure.
we are sending well wishes to Sean, who was going to be here with us and had an emergency and couldn't be here. We're thinking about you and hope everything's okay. Sean's got a book coming out the 28th of November called Mage Breaker, and it's available for pre-order. So Sean R. Frazier, I just wanted to give him a shout out. He had been hyped up about this all morning, so I just wanted him to have that. So
Yeah, that's a bummer.
I'll finish talking since then I'll shut my mouth. My book, The Gate, I think will only be available on Amazon until December 1st. You can get a physical copy from me on my website or DMing me through any of my socials. They're all B. Schomburg off, and I can get that to you. There's some changes coming on with that, so but I do have some copies here, and I think it's still available till the 1st.
We can put all these things in the notes too
Yeah.
when we put it on YouTube and wherever else.
There is a sequel coming in an audiobook, and it is a series, and so there's all that good stuff. And I do have another one that somebody here at this table has already got a sneak peek into, and that will be coming out next year. Calling out Casey. She's my developmental editor. So
Great.
So moving on to Casey.
Yeah, Casey.
Hi. Well, that was so nice. Yeah, so I'm Casey. I own the developmental editing company called Inked Edits Developmental for obvious reasons. In case you couldn't tell. It's a lot of fun. I really focus on trying to make the book babies as wonderfully wonderful as they can be while still maintaining the author's voice. And really thankful for my authors that are taking a chance on me, and I have a lot of really wonderful stories that I've been working on that are going to come out within the next year or so, which is wild to me to think about. And I'm also going to be publishing my first book within the next year, and so I'm very excited about that too. The character Ari Clark exists in this world this story called Black Hearts. And really, truly, I think it's if Alice in Wonderland and Peaky Blinders happen to get merged into one thing, what would happen? And it's it's been a lot of fun, and so I'm excited to get it all cleaned up. My pre-order link is going to go live on the 22nd of March with a tentative. Sorry, my one dog is having a breakdown right now. Come here. with a tentative release date of June 7th. So we're very excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. This is my 7-year-old Irish Wolfhound. He says hi. He's kind of a drama king. But anyway, that's all.
All right. Who are you going to send it to? Let's go to James.
Yeah. Thank you guys for coming. Brandy and Christina, and I completely missed your name. Caitlin?
Casey.
Casey.
Thanks. Appreciated the opportunity to play the game. It was a great time. Anything that you need to find from me is on H. James Lopez is on Amazon. It's just a bunch of short stories and a whole lot of anthologies and other people's money. And so please feel free to go get it. And, you know, I enjoyed the time here. Jack, thank you very much. You brought a great, great game, and I loved it.
Absolutely. Thanks. And Christina.
Yeah, hi. Thank you so much. I'm Christina Ernest. My author handle currently is KA Ernest, so you can find me on Instagram. Thank you again, for having me and giving me this opportunity. It's been so much fun. I love playing D&D, and to be able to kind of give you a little bit of a taste of one of my characters is really, really such a cool experience. But yeah, no, you can find me on Instagram. I am not, like I said before, I'm not published yet, but it is coming. I am exhausting all of my attempts at traditional publishing before stepping into the indie world. So I am querying for A Fury of Blades. I've done it once before. I'll be doing it again in April after my book coach and I made a few tweaks. And I'm also working on a new project that I'm really excited about. So A Fury of Blades is very fae, fantasy, epic, first book in a 5-book series about a girl who doesn't really want to be a chosen one and tries to avoid it and then ultimately cannot. But my new book is a working title, A Witch of Many Faces. I'm doing nano for it, but it's very Slavic, folklore, witchy, and like feminine rage vibes is what I'm going for. So I'm very excited. It's going very well. I'm only 25,000 words into that draft, but yeah, follow me on Instagram and I'll give you some updates as we go, and it's gonna be really fun. I'm I'll be published soon. So
Yes, and I just want to thank everybody for making this a reality. This was a strange little idea back in April or May, and over the course of the summer it turned into this, which is what I would love for it to continue to be. And if you're watching this and you're an author, or you guys know somebody who would have fun doing this, it's a great exercise to get into your characters' heads. It's also a great exercise for people to get a taste of what you do. And I'm super happy that this happened. Thank you, Jack, for running this. I appreciate it so much.
Welcome.
Thank you to the whole Dicey Decisions crew for letting us piggyback on their channel and hopefully maybe take it over on Sundays, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, no, I really appreciate it. This has been awesome.
Well, for Dicey Decisions, this is Jack signing off, and thanks for watching us, everyone. Have a great holiday season, because we're almost there. Anyway, Bye, everybody.
Bye now.